How about Mike? You can hop right into the.
We're on air live, folks.
Okay, well, I'll crack, and Feeler, you can bring in. I'd say let's we can maybe bullshit for a little bit. How's your junk again? Reintroduce Boz, and then I would say we should probably bullshit a little less because we ran real fucking long on that one.
That was a lot of bullshitting.
Yeah.
So we'll come in, do how's your junk, and then Feeler, whenever you're ready to jump into 80s, just kind of wrangle us back in.
I can start it. I'll intro it and then I'll throw it to Mike. How about that?
I'm a good wrangler, though.
Okay.
Huh?
I'm a good wrangler.
He's like jeans.
I wear Wranglers.
Not wranglers.
All right.
Sometimes they're stranglers.
Yeah, you gotta get them ballroom jeans from Duluth Trading Company. Which, by the way,
that's commercials.
I only trust Brett Favre for my jeans.
That joke took me way too long to understand. I'm like, why the fuck would anybody wear jeans to ballroom dancing?
Oh God.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm dumb.
Like you play bingo in these. Like,
okay.
I know, right? I'm dumb.
All right, let's all go radio silence here. Whoever's bringing in, be ready. Here, Tanky. I'll turn my video on for you, so you can be ready.
All right, welcome back to another Junk Drawer podcast.
Yay!
We are back again. We are back with our lovely special guest. Sir, introduce yourself once again.
This is the Boz, Chris Boz.
This is the Wizard of Boz.
You gotta.
He has,
see, he has to. If he's gonna introduce himself as the Boz, he's got to say his name because the Boz is Brian Bosworth. That fucking psychopath.
It was. I've reclaimed it. I'm taking it back. Okay, I'm taking it back.
Do you have more Twitter followers than him? Because I think that really is like how it's decided.
Yeah, actually, I have probably just about as many as he does because I have 0, so I don't have Twitter. So I think that's perfect. I'm right even with the Boz.
Right on.
Way to strive for greatness.
Oh,
right. Anyways, yeah.
Wait,
back to our special guest again. I'm freaking Josh Thompson. See, I'm just gonna do it nice and simple because I got bullied last time.
Yeah. Hey, it was your own fucking fault, all right?
Hey, that was a week ago in the past, okay?
Chris, I don't mean to shit all over you, but Brian Bosworth, 44.2 thousand followers. So you might have some work to do.
Yeah,
holy shit!
You got a little catch up you gotta do.
Yeah, I got my
okay.
Cut out for me.
So this is like gonna be another reoccurring thing for me. Okay, I'm gonna redeem myself. Josh, the shower boy Thompson. How about that?
That fits.
Josh.
And also the Gallo race reference.
I'll go back and say Boz Kanata. So there
you go. I like that one.
Wow.
No, that's good. That's good. Because that implies that he has a Wookiee fetish. So
where is my boyfriend?
Where are you?
No, I think next episode you need to be Josh Sticky Tub Daisies Thompson. Because, like those no-slip flowers that people put in their tubs? You need some of those motherfuckers.
Sticky flowers? Is that what my name is?
Yeah, sticky flowers.
How about just rubber
90s grunge band. Fuck off.
Hey, Asian boy, what's your name?
Yeah, well, I said that to you. What is your name?
I'm actually trying to fucking think of one. I don't really have one, so I guess I suck this time.
I know I passed it to him because I had nothing.
I'm
under the bus. You are Mike under the bus Fiedler.
Sure.
Nailed it.
Take it. Good.
Under the beatus. How's that? Under the beatus.
Yeah, under the beatus.
Holy
shit.
Oh man,
that's great.
And I am Adam Bus Assassinator Davis. Welcome to the Junk Drawer.
If it makes you guys feel any better, the diabetes jokes never end at work.
Oh, I would imagine that.
Well, why the fuck would it's not even jokes.
It's a public service.
I entertained the idea of stopping at Jimmy John's on my way home from work which was roughly at about 6 o'clock, and
John's.
saving my sandwich to eat on air to fuck with Fiedler. Like that's how deep my commitment goes. To
Some of that pork laser grill.
So it's gotten to the point, or because like they're not sure, because when my pancreas wasn't working, my kidneys was trying to filter out all the glucose and shit on my bloodstream, so they were working overtime. So my nutritionist and my doctor aren't sure if I may have had like some slight damage to my kidneys. So in order to help that, they recommended that like 3-4 times out of the week that I eat vegetarian, which is fucking torture.
Okay. No,
Well,
okay. So
I saw those tofu steaks you did, and they looked pretty decent.
They actually tasted good.
I am so sad right now.
It's hard to try to figure out how to cook fucking
Wait, I can bring this back, Tanky. So last episode we talked about Boz, Tank, me, Fiedler probably too, fans of stand-up comedy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you guys ever heard of Stephen Lynch?
Yes.
He's a musical stand-up
Love him.
comedian. He has a song called No Meat, and one of the lines is is Tofurkey, to fuck yourself. So you are Mike Tofurkey, to fuck yourself, Fiedler.
Sure.
It's better than Special Fred.
Tofu steak.
Special Fred.
I
I love
fucking
that
hard
song.
to also trying to figure out how to cook fucking vegetarian when like I've been like a fucking carnivore of the highest degree my whole entire life.
I would have been like, here's a bowl of
recipe?
black
What's the
beans I would have ate with a bunch of salt on it. That would have been my vegetarian meal.
I have a more refined palate than that.
Don't stand down.
A napkin with seasoning salt on it.
Here's my thing, Fiedler, is that I knew I would know that I wouldn't enjoy the vegetarian meal, so I would just fucking power through it just to get full. You know what I'm saying?
I like to enjoy food though.
Be a pleasure.
I like food.
No, I do too, but like sometimes maybe you just gotta take one for the team. You know, team kidneys.
Like yesterday was the first time I decided. I was like, should I tag you a Fiedler in something involving food? And I didn't. So I kind of felt bad because I kept tagging him.
Wait. Was it like to bust on him? Because the answer is always and always.
No, it was the last time I did it was the donut beer that I shared with you guys.
Oh no, like I'll give you shit about it, but no, dude, it's fucking fair game.
Okay.
But no, in the city I live in San
thing-
Marcos, they have like huge, gigantic cinnamon rolls. I was like, oh, that's so good.
So let's call Guinness World Records because I went from like depression about to kill myself to hardest raging boner ever in like a minute. That was amazing.
For what? The fuck?
Right, donut, man. Donut beer.
Right, but what was the depression? Like the tofu talk?
Freaking
That he
Mikey,
can't get to it.
freaking a tofu steak and oh god.
It actually tasted sort of good.
I mean,
no,
I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I'm not gonna try.
You know what I love? This is us bullshitting less.
Yeah,
right.
Hey, don't behind the scenes them, goddammit.
Yeah, we did discuss bullshitting less. One thing before we stop bullshitting.
Hey, you referenced it.
What's your name, dipshit? You didn't say your name.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, he's the bus driver.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
yeah. I'm bus assassinator. That's my rap name.
Okay.
No,
God.
but
Transported.
Boz, you mentioned the Special Fred song, and calling back to stuff you couldn't pull off today, like from the last episode with the cartoon. You could never get away with Special Fred in fucking 2018.
What was there? Hermaphrodite?
Hermaphrodite. Yeah, that probably wouldn't work either.
Oh wow.
God.
All right,
yeah, Fiedler, Google that. That's an awesome song.
I'll pass. I'll pass.
Anyways,
No.
There's no
It's a
visual
comedy
aids.
song. You'll love it.
Sure, I'll do it later.
Saturday
Part
morning
two,
cartoons,
boys.
part 2, motherfuckers. Let's go.
yeah. So we got Mike.
Somebody changes batteries. He's done.
Fuck you, Dave. I'm stealing your shit.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, we're stepping on all his bits.
We're taking everybody's shit.
We're taking over.
So pretty much, Mike's got the '80s for a decade, and Chris has the '90s. So I think this is going to be the most fun for all of us because, of course, we all grew up in the '80s and '90s. So
I think there's a lot more to pull from too.
Yeah, let's dig right in. You guys got way more. Than I'm sure that
also,
I had.
also, stay tuned through the whole thing, motherfuckers, because the big news is at the end.
Ah, shit.
What the fuck are you all shitting about? You're gonna be here listening to it.
Yeah, we're gonna MCU this bitch. Okay.
And listen to stuff.
Yeah, stay after the credits, not the end credits, but the mid credits. Okay.
I mean,
it's like a Marvel
movie, bitches. Ugh.
The news will be before the plugs. I'll just let you know
there better be Thanos. There better be Thanos in it.
All right. Well, let's dive into 80s. Fiedler, let's fucking go, buddy.
So the 80s, man. Like I knew there were a lot of good cartoons in the 80s, but then I started to look at it and like the lineups
the best, right?
Were just fucking insane.
It's the best.
Holy shit. Like not only were the lineups for the 80s themselves amazing, but they rolled over into the 90s and then also set up 90s cartoons to themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say they interconnect more than the 60s and 70s even.
And also the effect that the 80s cartoons also had on current movies and pop culture is amazing. It's just insane. Like for starters, one of my first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Fantastic.
Like
great
oh my god. You fucking have a mutated rat in Turtles. This rat is somehow some ancient fucking ninja master. Who teaches these 4 teenage turtles ninjutsu so they could fight evil. And like the people they encounter like Shredder, Krang, which is like a fucking brain person from another planet.
Getting to Krang, I love how they're like, you know what? What's more fantastical than walking turtles and rat? I know, a talking fucking brain. Let's just keep going. Let's just it's just
inside of Vader.
Awesome.
It's like they fucking they saw the shark they were gonna jump over and they just shot it in the fucking head and said, "Let's do this."
Their everyday board meeting is like, who can one up each other? Oh, I got this.
Yeah.
It
was the original "Hold My Beer" meme.
Right, yeah, it's like, oh, we have a man with metal spiky stuff. How about a talking warthog and a rhinoceros pal for us? Yeah, let's do this shit. As if talking turtles weren't ridiculous.
Bebop and Rocksteady. That was your two you're referring to.
Yes.
Then there's also a fucking talking. But he was a scientist and he fuck up one of the experiments and turned himself.
Baxter.
Yeah, Baxter. Yeah.
Was that based off The Fly, the movie?
Yeah,
I think that might have been an inspiration for it.
Yeah, probably some inspiration.
I have a T-shirt in my closet that literally has every single character that ever appeared on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Man.
Like it's one of my favorite T-shirts.
All right, I'm gonna stop you. Favorite Ninja Turtle character, quick, go.
Raph.
Freaking Raph.
If we're talking turtles, Raph. If we're talking turtles, Raph. If we're talking outside the turtles, it's the Rat King. That was my dude.
Ace Duck. Ace Duck.
Ace Duck was cool.
Oh, God.
Outside of the turtles, it was Casey Jones. But with the turtles, it was Leo. Leo was the leader, my favorite. But in the movies, no. In the movie, it was Mikey. In the movie, it was Mikey.
Mikey is the only acceptable answer outside of Raph.
Yep.
I love Casey Jones.
In the movies, Raph pissed me off. In the cartoon, he was awesome.
Did he piss you off because he was a little too Raph?
Ooh, nice.
Well, because that was his whole character. He was like the bad boy, right?
I can still hear out of this ear.
Hey, guys, Raphael is cool but rude. All right, so, that's like his thing. Yeah. It's right there in the fucking theme song, you know.
But no. Michelangelo's a party dude. I mean, come on.
Teenage Mutant. Should we just sing the fucking song?
The thing that was crazy with like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is like they ended up in everything. Like every fucking thing. Like they had their toys. They had snacks. I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirts and fucking curtains in my bedroom when I was a little kid.
Bro.
Yeah.
Eventually, they were actually based off a comic book. They were a comic book before they even a cartoon series.
From Daredevil, right?
Comic books great. That's based off Daredevil.
And then they end up having like their live action movies. The first two were pretty good. The third one was so
Yeah, I never saw 3.
And
Yeah,
then
Yeah,
they
you're
did,
not missing much.
Shit.
then they did the
Yeah.
remake with Megan Fox, and the only thing I thought they did really
I don't
well.
mind them.
Well,
No,
the
no,
thing,
no.
the only thing I thought they did well with that is because the Turtles, you have Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, all named after fucking famous Renaissance artists. Based on their personalities and like what they were known for, they actually had like different body styles or different body types.
Yeah, and
'Cause
in the
Raph-
movie, they were her pets. That's so great because everything must be connected. God damn it.
Because Raph was definitely fucking
Tell us
buffer
how
than the
you
rest
pissed
of them.
you
I can
feel,
tell you
Raph.
that for a fact.
Dude, okay, I can go in all day rant about those two fucking movies.
Oh,
Maybe-
Well, okay, the first one was basically the story was just a ripoff
like
of the Amazing
I
Spider-Man
like
movie.
Oh no, yeah, the new ones were sort of pretty much hot garbage. Like I said, the only good thing they did
Man.
was they actually differentiated between their body styles.
Hey, you got to give me
That
this.
makes sense.
The
No,
second
okay, the
one
only
was
yeah, the
second one
main
was
the
good for
best good
Bebop
thing
and
of
Rocksteady.
yes, the Bebop and Rocksteady are for both movies are the
Seamus,
best
bro.
thing.
Yep.
They're
Seamus
fucking
was
funny.
Great.
Oh, and
But-
guess who was it Bebop or fuck, I forgot which one's which. But guess who was one of those two fucking fools?
Seamus.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like the dad from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what happened?
What?
Malcolm in
What?
the Middle. Nobody remembers Stevie, the little kid in the wheelchair who was always wheezing.
Yeah.
His dad was Rockstar or Bebop.
Good pull.
Oh,
Good
no
pull.
shit.
I've only known him from doing other voiceover cartoon stuff. That's all I've known him from. A good
No,
pull.
he's-
I didn't
yeah,
know
he's
about
been in a few of the. Oh, he was in. Oh God, this terrible movie, Soul Plane. Yeah, he was in Soul
that
Plane.
shit.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I did
Anyway,
love the
so you
Ninja
said
Turtles. I
they're
think
everywhere.
as far as my toy collection goes, they were probably number 1.
Yeah,
Yep.
they had
If
some.
not-
They had some of the
if-
coolest fucking
Ghostbusters
toys.
close
If not
behind.
number, it was either them or Ghostbusters. They ran real.
Yeah,
I
Ghostbusters
probably-
was my number one.
I probably had more of the big stuff from Ghostbusters, like the firehouse
Yeah,
and
dude,
the
you had
and
the
the
proton
like,
pack,
Ecto
yeah.
1, but yeah,
Then-
that's
then
true.
they-
Probably
then they had their-
Ghostbusters, but
They had their truck that could shoot pizzas at everybody.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I just posted that ad from the '80s on the group page.
Oh, nice.
Well, that yeah, and
Nice.
then they also had the van, but like,
Yeah,
Tinky, you had the van, right?
Yep.
Yep, I had it.
Yeah.
Just chucked it down the stairs all the time. Mom be like,
Anybody had the Technodrome?
Van down the stairs.
No, but
No,
I'll tell you
I
what.
had
You know
it.
what the piece de resistance of the turtle collection was the fucking blimp. That
yes.
fucking
I had a
blimp
friend who had the
so
blimp.
fucking big. It was unrealistically big for a toy. Like I don't get it. Like it was too big. I'm just gonna say that it was too fucking.
It was like here's a yoga ball. Go play.
big. right, for more or less. Yeah, you didn't fucking lie right there, bro. Holy shit. Oh god, he's right. He's right.
He's right. He's right.
Oh wow.
One other sort of cool thing, because like I said, it is based off of comics, right? Or
Yep.
based off a comic. In the comic, they all wore red mask.
Right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until they started the TV show that they actually started to like have them have their own
Individual colors.
Exactly.
Yeah. Make them their own
I think-
personalities and stuff.
I think that's good.
Differentiate them.
Like
And
especially
then they also made it a little more comedic in the TV show in comparison to the comic.
Oh, absolutely.
the
It was
comic,
dark in
comic
those
was dark,
comics, dude.
right? Like
Yeah.
I
Dark
didn't
as shit. Violent.
I didn't read any of the comics, but I don't know if you guys did, but like
I read the new IDW run. It's pretty good.
well
I read a couple.
here's
not
my
much.
my question was is if they're all in the same color masks and you're reading it, it seems like it might be a little tough to differentiate people for like one from the other
Oh, bro,
because
the
at least in the
weapons.
cart
Pretty much
well,
the weapons. is
yeah,
what's
I guess
going on.
so.
The
And-
weapons,
and-
the weapons in like their speech patterns. Because Donatello was the fucking nerd. Leo
Right.
was the high and tight, right, goody
Yeah.
goody leader.
Raph's aggressive yelling and stuff.
Raph is the aggressive like bad boy, and
Yeah.
Michelangelo is like the irreverent like goofball. the
Stoner boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could just
And
tell
all
by,
the good
like,
ones.
Yeah,
No,
no,
no.
yeah.
like, it's a great fucking cartoon. It's
I mean,
it's
that was a perfect joke right there.
Yeah. I know. I'm not trying to pay attention anymore. He's had too many good ones.
He's putting us to shame. You're not allowed on the show anymore, Boz. You're fucking
anymore.
putting us to shame.
You guys are just gonna have me as head writer.
Right? Yeah. Could you just write our jokes and then fucking
like,
submit them?
We could have him like on a separate like fucking line, and as we're talking, he could like talking to our earpieces and like, hey, you should say this.
He's gonna put like a couple fingers up to his ears, like, say this now. I'll be like, nailed it.
Jackpot.
Oh shit. What else you got, Feed?
All right, so next up on the docket is one that I was sort of pretty fond of.
Sorry.
Was Docket. Oh, fuck you, faggot. Was
That's so
He-Man?
aggressive.
Was
Always-
He-Man
always-
in-
Calm down, Raph.
Always with the fucking low hanging fruit, Tanky. Come on, man. You're better than that.
No, I'm not.
Is he?
Don't
Is he really?
Yeah, really.
No, I'm not.
You've known me since I was like 2. Fuck.
So my next one I got is He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
My
Yeah.
favorite thing, I just realized how fucking funny Skeletor was.
Oh my
Because
god!
all
yeah.
those
He's
damn.
hilarious.
Have you seen just browse YouTube for Skeletor insults? It's fucking hilarious.
Like,
Like,
and
yo,
those bad
boob.
guys, all those bad guys, they were all fucking jokes, and like some of them looked like badasses and seemed like they'd be competent, but they always did something fucking so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beast
dude.
Man,
I feel like
Merman,
they didn't.
Eagle
They just,
Lynn.
they just let Skeletor just do his thing. They're like, nobody's really watching this yet. Let's just let him say shit. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, but
Crazy, man.
I rarely remember the car. Right now I'm just remembering the movie more than the damn cartoon.
Well, fuck.
Oh,
Who was it? Was who acted as Count Dooku in the fucking Star Wars movies?
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
How dare
I'm
you.
pretty sure he was Skeletor.
No,
Yeah.
no. It was
Or was it someone that looked like him?
no.
Go to IMDb that shit. Why I keep talking about this other stuff?
I'm on it.
It was Robert. No. He came
Yeah,
out in
like-
Dave. I remember that.
He
Frank
made
Langella. Frank Langella.
Frank Langella. Yep.
sounds
Frank
right.
Langella.
He made those a lot
wait.
of fun. Oh, who
Oh,
we got?
this looks anime. I was gonna
Frank
say.
Langella.
I was gonna say. Time out. There's a Masters of the Universe fucking 2019 in development, but it looks
Oh,
animated.
Jesus. They've
No,
been talking about that
that's gonna be
forever.
live action. That's a live action movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
Man,
they
they've been talking about
had
that forever.
they
I'll wait till I
originally
see it.
had McGee to direct it, but they got him out, and then they had somebody. Oh, you know who the new director is? The director of Blade, the writer of Blade. What the hell? And from Dark Knight, David Goyer.
David Goyer.
Yeah, he's directing it,
okay. It's not bad.
well,
but
we'll
they haven't
see.
cast out anybody yet.
Like the fun
Better
one
than
with
McGee.
the fun one with He-Man. You got your main heroes, which is Prince Adam, and then his Tiger Cringer.
You can just call me regular Adam. It's cool, bro.
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh shit!
Prince Adam is
Oh
a
my God.
uncoordinated, pretty much fucking mess of a person who fucks up the most basic actions, and then his Tiger Cringer is a baby back bitch. But as soon as he pulls out the sword of power and proclaims by the power of Grayskull, he becomes a super badass.
Don't worry,
named
I'll put a little
He-Man.
reverb on that for you.
That's He becomes He-Man, and then Cringer, his little scaredy cat, becomes Battle Cat, which is a
Fucking
badass. And
Yeah.
along with like all their people like Man at Arms, Tulla,
Yeah,
And
Man
sorcerers.
at Arms power. His mustache just grows bigger.
right? And then they also got like Gwildor from the. Well, was he just in the movies or was he also in the cartoons?
From what I remember, he was only the movie.
Yeah, Gwildor. He was in the movies.
Gwildor, yeah.
And yeah, they had their little sorcerer buddy. Yeah, but
Orko.
like they always got put in like some sort of ridiculous situation, but then all of a sudden, like even if they took the sword of power from He-Man, or from Adam, he always somehow managed to get it back, and by the power of Grayskull, and then he'd go and fuck up Skeletor.
You know what cracks me up is like he didn't look that much different from Prince Adam.
Yeah.
Prince Adam to
No,
He-Man. I'm like, dude, it's like Superman. It's like I
Maybe
took
got
off
a
my
little
glasses. You don't know who I am.
He maybe just got a little bigger.
Yeah, maybe.
To
Excuse
show
me?
you though how popular this story.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, I heard it.
Damn it.
The excuse.
This guy
Is
a
that
little
what
bigger.
she said?
Yeah.
No.
Don't you? Hey guys, I mean, let's give He-Man his due. He is relevant in 2017, 2018, thanks to Geico. You know,
True.
A little bit.
yeah. I mean,
That and when there's
Right.
something strange going on in the neighborhood, who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. And they're eventually coming
He-Man.
back. So.
He-Man.
Oh, God.
Ghostbusters. Come
Oh,
on.
God.
I mean, yeah, that's
Cool.
a fair joke right there. I like that one. Oh Jesus, poor! I felt so
So-
bad for them.
No shit. Oh, okay.
To
Sorry. Continue.
show, so just an example of how popular He-Man got. In 1984, he was seen on 120 U.S. TV stations and seen in more than 30 foreign countries.
Jeez.
Wow.
Pretty good name.
Right?
Wait, 120 fucking
Stations.
U.S. TV
US
stations?
Well, yeah, because at that time there's a lot of local TV stations. It wasn't everything like
so,
everything was-
like St. Louis ABC is different from
Yeah,
Chicago
like,
ABC.
Yeah,
Keep
that's why there's different colors.
He
Okay.
was first being seen across the United States and then in 30 different countries.
Okay, that makes way more sense now. I didn't.
You just thought one person had like 200 something channels.
Right?
Well, like I'm thinking like satellite
Oh,
dishes, you know,
He-Man.
the ones
Oh,
that were like the size of a small pool.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't
Attorney,
know,
a satellite company.
Right? Yeah, like sorry, I did not put that together, boys.
Well, and going also back
it
because like we said,
He-Man.
we have been the live action movie. There are two sort of biggest stars out in that. One was Courtney Cox, and then do you guys remember who played He-Man?
Dolph Lundgren, right?
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, it was Dolph. And the thing about this, the funny thing about this was Dolph's first role in a movie.
Yeah,
And
he could
you
barely
guys
speak
don't
English,
know.
couldn't he?
Yeah, he's foreign as fuck, and his English is so bad. They were literally thinking about like halfway through the film recording, thinking about recasting him and redoing all the scenes that he had already done because he was just his English was like
Yeah.
that poor.
I
They
think
almost Eric
I think
Stoltz
they
his
ended up,
ass.
they
Yeah,
ended up dubbing
Yeah.
some of his lines actually.
yep. Which is
Wow.
the only reason Dolph like after that movie is a good starting point for Dolph's career because if they wouldn't have decided done that, we
Yeah.
may not have like all these awesome Dolph Lundgren movies. And
I forgot this actress's name, but the girl who played Evil Lynn, Meg Foster, she came out in They Live.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
And Best
She
of the Best
actually
too, if
did
anybody
that,
knows.
didn't-
I think Dolph would have done okay for himself had he not made it. Because like, doesn't he have like a PhD in like fucking biochemistry or some
Yeah,
shit?
Yeah, he's
He's
brilliant.
smart as fuck.
Found
Just
some way
sounds
to make
goofy.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
He doesn't
He did,
sound
Universal
goofy.
Soldier,
he's
man.
just not a fucking native English speaker, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he like Swedish or some shit? I forgot.
Dolph Lundgren sounds extremely German, but
Yeah.
I'll look it up for you. Go ahead, keep
Yeah.
talking.
Either way,
Well,
Either way-
that's pretty much like the last point I want to make with He-Man. But Josh, what you're saying? Go ahead.
He is
well, I was saying,
Swedish.
either way,
He is Swedish.
Hold
I
on.
was right. Sweet.
Damn.
either way, whatever
Ish.
career path he would have chose it, he would have crushed it.
I would he would break. He would have
Come
broke
on.
it.
Oh, damn it.
I
I will
would break
quit.
him. Break.
Yeah.
Okay,
Come on.
I'm done. I retire.
Yep. You're done. Your fucking pass has been revoked.
Uh,
Yeah. Tank, I'm
So-
sorry you rushed it into that one joke.
Oh,
Duh.
tank rushes in.
Right.
Fuck off.
That one's for you, Mullins. You piece of
Mhm.
shit.
Dude, I swear to you, I can feel Chris Barrera's cringing right now.
I hope so. That's my goal. Like from my day-to-day
Yeah.
life is whether it's through bear
Annoying.
memes or anything really, just to make
Yeah.
Chris Barreras cringe.
Yeah,
Tell
the
him,
red tornado.
tell him
himself.
how great Fast and Furious is. You know,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Hell yeah! I mean, you know,
Yeah, how Point
I
Break.
mean,
and
tell
shit.
tell him how much better it is to not go to the gym because no, I can't even shit on him for that. Like I admire his fucking admiration, but like
Yeah, that's
Fuck you. I go to the gym like 4 or 5 days out of the week.
yeah, but I don't. All right, that's the difference.
I look at his posts and I get
We're no
exhausted.
gains. We're no gains. Fuck it.
No, I'm gaining stuff. It's just weight. All right.
Like, I'm in a shape, but it's round.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, you're one of us. Round is a shape.
Mm-hmm.
Just
All right,
taking
so-
rhombus, then.
We're gonna move on because like I got a lot of shit to cover.
Yep, let's roll.
All right, so
Sure.
next one I want to talk about a little bit is DuckTales.
Nice.
So exactly, DuckTales. Woo.
I would say I was
So-
slow on that draw because I was drinking beer.
Yeah, same
So-
here. I was drinking it too.
So this is a story about Scrooge McDuck, which they call Uncle Scrooge, and how he
Catchiest theme
pretty much
song ever.
adopts it. Right?
Fuck.
He adopts his 3 grandnephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Because their uncle Donald, who was or their guardian, went off to the war. Honestly, probably that was part of it. That was the big storyline. Uncle or Donald was their guardian. He went off to war, and Uncle Scrooge is the next viable person, like I guess in the family, to take care of him.
Kin or something like
Yeah,
that.
so he was taking care of him. And there's actually like in the episodes, there's actually episodes like where they would send him a letter and they'd have like him reading it, or they would send a letter from him to them and they were reading it. It's him writing it. And I think there was even one episode in the first season where he actually made like a surprise visit to them.
Yeah, I forgot which season it was, but yeah, he did.
It's either season 1 or season 2. He made a surprise visit.
Huh.
That's
Anybody
cool.
seen the new ones? I'm jumping around, but anybody seen the new one?
No,
I did actually. I saw a
No.
couple of episodes.
It was pretty
it's
good.
Yeah, it's good, but I'm like, dude, there's so many shows going on right now. I can't add another one in
I
there.
know.
I just wanted
know.
to see because
I feel
Doctor Who is the voice of Scrooge, so I just wanted to see how that went.
Hey, I'm fucking watching shows I've seen already before. I'm terrible, man.
Oh.
You
Dude, I'm
know?
so far behind on shows. I'm watching Frasier on a constant loop. Okay, it's just there's nothing wrong with that at
Dude,
all. But it's just like I can't fit in another show, new show.
I'm in Battlestar Galactica right now.
Hey, Boz, real quick question though. You're not wounded, are you?
I am wounded.
Sorry, I had to.
Was that a
I
Frasier
love
quote?
that.
Yeah, that's a Frasier quote.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's like the Frasier quote.
it's the best. Man.
Aside from I'm listening. I
I'm
mean,
listening.
He
Yeah.
only got wounded when he fell off that stage. Oh, burn. Sorry.
All right, cool things about DuckTales. Yeah,
Fuck
I
all
gotta
of you.
keep, you know what? I gotta keep
Walk
this
right
fucking
over that
show
one.
going, otherwise we're gonna be here all fucking night.
yep.
Okay.
So, cool things about DuckTales is they made a lot of references to pop culture in their shows. Shakespeare, Jack the Ripper, Greek mythology, James
Really?
Bond, Indiana Jones, Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
I can say League at the time it wasn't, but like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen type shit. So they made a lot of pop culture references, which I guess like attracted a lot of casual audience members. And then also another thing that was sort of pretty cool about DuckTales, one, they had their video game. 2, they had movies. And
I like the
3,
movie.
there's actually a character in DuckTales. The pilot, I forgot his fucking name.
Launchpad McQuack.
Launchpad.
Launchpad McQuack. Oh, it's right there. Who actually went on to go into a 90s cartoon
Fuck
series
yeah.
Yes.
by the name.
Hey. You see
Which-
that?
Which
getting
I'm
there.
guessing,
We're getting
now
there.
because
Hey, bro.
Baz has stopped me that he was talking about Launchpad
He's like
McQuack.
a drug dealer. He's like a drug dealer in the corner, like
Right,
get
you're
off
on my
corner,
turf.
bitch.
Yeah, Launchpad McQuack came back in a later series, which I'm assuming Baz wants to mention, so I'm going to stop right there. Exactly. Like the success of DuckTales actually led to the production of a couple other major cartoons that happened,
Yeah, man.
like Chippendales Rescue Rangers,
Fuck
Sure.
yeah.
Love
and
Rescue
Tailspin.
Rangers.
All
Love
these great
Tailspin.
fucking
Yeah.
theme songs.
Like if it wasn't for the
Some
success of
crimes,
DuckTales,
some crimes. Sorry.
those
Dude,
two cartoons probably never would have happened. Which both of them
Probably
I
not.
thoroughly enjoyed. Like even though Chippendale was only for like a year or two,
2 seasons.
2 seasons. Yep. And
Same
Tailspin.
with Tailspin too.
Yeah, it wasn't that much longer, but they were both.
Man.
I thought were quality
Great
cartoons.
though.
I thoroughly enjoyed watching when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another
Same
That
here.
trailed into like Goof Troop and shit too, didn't it? Kind of, you know?
maybe a little bit ish, not as much. But I think the biggest thing from DuckTales that every kid who watched it always maybe had questions about was how the fuck did Scrooge McDuck dive into a pile of gold coins and not break his fucking neck?
Right, yeah. Yeah, like that looks cool as a kid, but
money
like
is soft.
that will
What?
fucking
As
kill
he
you.
got, as he got older
This
and
is
you
like
understood how
$100.
physics and shit works, it's like,
Yeah.
how's he not breaking his neck?
Like,
Well,
yeah.
dollar
fun thing
bills.
is, this past year at D23, since DuckTales was coming out, they set up a big money vault full
I
of
saw
gold
that,
coins.
dude. That was
Foam
fucking
gold coins. That was the best.
Oh wow.
That was so cool. I did see that video. That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, DuckTales was a
We
good
all
fun
wanted
cartoon
that.
that I thoroughly enjoyed as a kid. But
Yeah.
that's pretty much the main things I'm gonna cover that. And now on to my next one, which we might have a lot talking about, is the real Ghostbusters.
Oh god,
Yes, sir.
love the real
Which
Ghostbusters.
tells you our story about Dr. Peter Venkman, Dr. Egon Spangler,
Spangler.
Dr. I can't talk. Fuck you.
Spankler.
Spangler.
That was a porn parody.
Yeah.
Dr. Ray Stantz, Winston Sedmore.
Richard, which was your favorite little rascal? Alfalfa or Spanky?
I don't care. I was too busy dating one of the Yankees.
Their secretary Janine, and of course their ghost mascot Slimer.
That was my favorite part. Was that Slimer was like their fucking pet. Like it was.
Yeah, that was
yes.
awesome.
So
like,
cool.
Why is he hanging around? Didn't you like hate him from the hotel? Like what the fuck?
I mean, like he slimed Peter. Like he got like nothing in the movies, but like it was so cool because like I mean he's obviously way more advanced than other ghosts because he knows how to drive a bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
very true.
So
Well, in the cartoon, he uses a proton pack.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, he does.
So a funny thing about the real Ghostbusters, when they were developing the real Ghostbusters, there's actually another cartoon series that another company is trying to develop at the same exact time for the Ghostbusters also, which is why they added the moniker the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I watched that show too. It was
Yeah.
The theme song was different. It was like yet the Ghostbusters. It was between they had like a gorilla,
So
a talking
was it
gorilla.
Oh, okay. So what? I'm
Yeah,
gonna say,
that
is
one
it
was not
just like
related to the
Ghostbusters?
movies.
No,
No,
not at all.
Okay.
It didn't last because obviously the real Ghostbusters got better ratings than the other Ghostbusters, so that one got canceled and the real Ghostbusters kept going.
Yep.
Which
I watched them once and
uh,
like this
if
ain't
you-
the right shit.
if you ask me, led to some of my more enjoyable movies I've seen or favorite movies, and the Ghostbusters movies that we've had today with fucking Bill Murray in them.
Right.
'Cause-
Well, the first Ghostbusters came out first. Like it was like 82 or 84.
84.
And,
It's June of 84.
and the
Exactly,
series ran from 86 to 91.
yeah, so yeah, it's a spin-off of that, but like
Right.
it helped build those characters more that we saw
Sure.
in the first movie. Because fucking
Yeah, to this day,
Venkman-
it fluctuates for me, but Ghostbusters and Dark Knight, those are my two favorite movies of all time. But
Yeah.
obviously Ghostbusters, I still own the VHS from when I was a kid.
I
And,
would, but I broke mine because I watched it too many times.
and
Yeah.
and similar to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like their merchandise was everywhere. Video
God,
games,
dude,
toys of all sorts, like pajamas,
Dude,
Halloween costumes,
Yeah.
like
I had this-
crazy.
I was
had
vegan
this
one year for
thing-
Halloween.
Oh, dude, I had the full jumpsuit, full proton pack. I had this
Proton pack.
thing
I-
that was a
Did you have the trap?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
it.
Okay,
trap?
good. I had the trap. Same here. Same.
I had this thing that
Dude,
like
there
was
you
a
did.
tent that went like attached to your bed. Like so I had a tent over my bed every night.
I was about to say, Adam, that's called puberty.
No. Yeah, I mean that would have been good, but you know, I had outgrown it by then. You got Feeler, you got any there's a couple of quite famous people on that voiceover cast.
Oh, dude, fuck, I don't
The
remember off the top of my head.
Seasons 3 through 7, Peter Venkman voiced by the one and only Uncle Joey,
Yep.
Dave Coulier.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
In the
Well, hey, since we're talking about voice actors,
Don't tell
we
Lennis
forgot-
Morissette.
right.
oh god, Since we're talking about voice actors, we forgot to mention Shredder from Ninja Turtles was Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil, yep.
Uncle Phil, yeah.
And in the second movie portrayed Super Shredder was Kevin Nash.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I really don't like
Diesel Shredder.
I appreciate voice actors, but honestly, I really don't get big on the voice actors until my last topic, which I'll gush the fuck about, and you guys may love me or hate me for it, so we'll find out.
It's all good, man. I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
You probably know what it is. All right. So the next one that I want to talk about is Alvin and the Chipmunks, because this one is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So the first time they officially appeared was in 1958.
Really?
A guy named Ross Bagdasarian.
He's got a crazy last name.
So he's the one who actually did all their voices by either, like when he recorded, by either speeding up the recording or slowing it down a little bit and trying to sing a higher pitched voice. But he did all the voices for all three Chipmunks, and he's responsible for the famous song, the Chipmunk song, which is "Christmas Don't Be Late."
Yeah. Throwback.
Sorry. Yeah, well, it's like the one where Alvin's like wishing for a hula hoop, which at that time was
time is here.
Exactly, you're on top of it, Chris.
Yep.
Which why he wished for a hula hoop at the time, that was the year's hot new toy.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's how fucking old.
It makes sense, but it's so hard to fathom that, you know.
It's funny because they actually spent 4 weeks.
A ball? That's a new toy.
No, you know what hula hoop is? Goddamn it, Tank.
I know. I was making a joke.
Okay, good.
So,
thanks,
I was looking at like the fuck. It was actually so popular. It spent 4 weeks as a #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 hits back in 58 and 59. Like,
okay, I didn't want to peek. I didn't want to let people peek part the kimono here, but what spent at the top of the Billboard charts? I just came back from peeing.
Oh, the Chipmunk Christmas song, "A Christmas Don't Be Late."
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Where Alvin's wishing for a hula hoop.
Yeah.
That was the year's hot new toy at the time, the hula hoop in 1958.
Nice callback.
Yeah. So then actually there was a comic in 1959, and then there's actually a first animated show from 61 to 62 that they called the Alvin Show.
Yeah, I remember that. Had that classic animation style.
Yep.
Yeah. Or the 80s one, they updated it a lot.
Oh, and the dad character in the Chipmunks.
Yeah, David
Seville. He's actually based off of Ross Bagdasarian, and how the fuck you say his name. I feel bad for messing up.
The creator.
Yep. But instead of just naming continue the Alvin Show or just naming the Chipmunks, they changed the group the TV show to Alvin and the Chipmunks, or the group named to Alvin and Chipmunks.
Sure.
And then in 1983 is when they actually started the second animated show, which is the one that we've probably all seen.
Yeah. More of.
Also in the first season, they introduced the Chipettes.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Which were three female versions of the Chipmunks.
Don't get too creepy about it, Adam.
Yeah. I felt uncomfortable.
Hey, girls.
Was that too far?
Hey, girl. I like them buck teeth, girl. Hey, girl.
Which they were pretty much mirror images of or not mirror images, but they were counterparts to some of the guy Chipmunks.
Yeah, exactly.
Alvin was the popular outgoing guy, which that was Brittany, but she was just maybe slightly vainer than Alvin. Then you had Simon, who is the super intelligent brain, and Jeanette was his counterpart. And then you had Theodore, who was the naive, innocent one who loved fucking food.
Yeah.
And then
he was the tum-tum of the group.
Yeah, he was the tum-tum. and then
three ninjas.
Eleanor,
yes, Colt, Rocky, and Tum Tum.
Then Eleanor was his counterpart. Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually end up releasing a soundtrack album for all the songs they've done on their TV shows.
I remember the movie too.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
The animated movie, the Chipmunks Adventure.
The animated movie, I think.
Dude, that movie it breaks my heart every time. There's a song about moms in there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It had to do with the penguins, remember?
Holy shit, that's
dude,
right.
that song will break your heart. It tears me up every time.
Oh my god. Oh man, that's pretty crazy.
The Chipmunks. The one thing about the show is they also reflect a lot. Once thinking about current trends in pop culture, they sang a lot of recent hits, and they wore they would change like their clothing to be, I guess, relevant to what was fashionable at the time.
Sure.
They also try to copy famous people's quotes. They did, I guess, say a documentary episode that sort of spoofed a little bit on John Lennon, who, because he made the quote about the Beatles being like more popular than Jesus.
Yeah.
So,
popular than Jesus.
The Chipmunks then sort of had Alvin boast that they were bigger than Mickey Mouse.
Wow. Taking the
you coming for the throne,
right?
motherfucker.
He's going from the top rope.
Nas versus Jay-Z, bro.
Yeah, the Chipmunks, like I said, the big thing about them was like where they started at as a voice that a guy made from speeding up records.
Yeah.
In the late 50s, and being on a soundtrack to all of a sudden being revived over and over again until in the mid 80s, where they actually become an extremely popular
franchise.
And then they get reborn again in the 2000s. Was it 2000s or the late 90s?
Yeah, late 2000. I think.
You talking about with the Jason Lee movies?
Exactly, with the CGI movies like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I think that was in the 2000s.
Jason Lee, early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Brody Man, Snoochie Boochies, right?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It was that was like what was really, I think, really special about that cartoon.
Yeah.
Next one I want to talk about is one I'm pretty sure we all know quite a bit about, even if we've never actually seen the show, is G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah,
G.I. Joe.
So the one fun thing about this was it was initially actually only it was a cartoon that was based off an action figure line.
Yeah, from like the 50s, right?
Well, the figure line had been going for quite a while. I forgot how long it had been going on, but finally in 1985 they made a cartoon series based off it. And if the cool thing about G.I. Joe is originally only 4 figurines, and one for each brand in the military: Navy, Army, Air Force, and the Marines.
Kind of cool.
Well, I guess one thing that sort of really resonated a lot with people is that G.I. Joe was like a classic good versus evil cartoon.
Sure.
Even like in the opening theme song, it's like G.I. Joe is a code name for America's daring, highly trained special mission force. His purpose: to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
Right.
So yeah, that was like in their intro.
Major.
Thanks, Mr. Exposition.
You're welcome.
That's kind of the point here, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. G.I. Joe was one that always I just didn't get into. I don't know why. It just never clicked.
I watched it. I didn't mind it, but I probably didn't dip in it crazy hard either. But it was decent when I watched it.
Fiedler knows what G.I. Joe is my jam, don't you, Fiedler?
What, knowing's half the battle?
No, give him the stick. No, don't give him the stick.
I was going to get to that, goddammit.
Oh, sorry. I ruined your jam.
I'll still talk to him. It's fine. A little more depth. So one thing that
did not hit him.
The one thing that was cool about G.I. Joe is to get around, I guess, you say TV censorship and whatnot at the time. The physical fighting they showed was like mostly throws and not punches. And instead of shooting bullets, they used high-tech weapons that were like lasers and shit, which apparently the way they showed them contacting was not the same as like a bullet shooting a person.
It was more like in Star Wars where like you would get a burn instead of a bullet wound. Right?
Exactly. So that's how they sort of worked around at the time the violence restrictions, so it could still be qualified as children programming.
That, and I'm pretty sure it helped with the animation, shooting a laser
Yeah,
beam instead of
it did.
shooting bullets.
It did.
Sure. Yeah, because I imagine, it's easier to draw like a red streak than a fucking tiny ass bullet with maybe a little wind trail behind it.
Yeah, not to mention 100 of them.
Right.
just reminded
Yeah.
me-
Yeah.
That just reminded me of something I forgot to mention. He-Man was actually one of the first cartoons that actually showed physical violence in the episodes.
Really?
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting.
But not just throws, but actually like show him throwing punches.
Wow. Interesting. Something I didn't really think about.
The opening
No,
credits,
yeah,
he
not at all.
punches the credits at you.
Exactly. G.I. Joe, they actually had a pretty fucking badass video game. I remember back in the day where the various characters actually would have like different weapons they would shoot. I think it's for Sega that they had it for, but that was a fucking game I played a lot of. As one thing, Adam sort of stole my thunder a little bit, which G.I. Joe, they became sort of known for their public service announcements at the end of each show, where the kid at the end would say, "Now I know," and they would say, "And knowing's half the battle," which was an E-Bombs World decide to
E-Bombs World. Holy shit.
decide to take those and modify them and make some pretty fucking hilarious videos.
Really?
Oh
So
my
it's
god!
like Robot
Have you
Chicken.
not seen these
Robot
tanks?
Chicken?
Have you not seen the E-Bombs World fucking G.I. Joe public service announcements?
Oh,
Maybe.
Oh,
You're not alone, Tank. I haven't seen them out there.
Oh my god!
We'll send them to both of you.
You guys need to look this shit up tomorrow.
It's
or
fine.
tonight.
Basically, what they did, you know how like at the end of G.I. Joe, they had like a public service, like
Yeah.
check your smoke detector
Yeah,
battery.
it was Jerry Springer before Jerry Springer.
Well, like they dubbed over it with like some
Oh my
weird ass
God.
shit, and we'll
Oh my god!
send you-
Get the fuck out! It's a fire! What the fuck are
Yeah.
you kids doing here? Run!
like one of them was about like ice skating on a pond and shit, and he's like
Really?
like some kid falls on the ice. He's like, and the GI Joe guy comes in. He's like, give him a stick to like grab onto. He's like, give him the stick. No, don't give him the stick. It's
No.
It would have been so much better.
No.
It would've been so much
He
better if
comes
he would have
up,
said
like-
some motherfuckers are always just trying to ice skate uphill.
No, like, the kids go running, and one of them starts like skating, like just going barefoot on the, not really barefoot, but like no skates, just sliding across the pond. He's like, "Oh god, I'm going so fast! Oh my god! Oh fuck!" And he falls and he bites it, and then like the snow guy comes out, and he's like, "What the fuck are you wankers doing on my pond?" Like, and then he goes into the whole like, give him the stick himself. Don't give him the stick. Whoa!
They're fucking great, guys.
Oh my
Check
god!
it out.
Pork chop sandwiches.
It sounds familiar, but I can't
Dude,
put my nose on
Dude,
it.
It's it's like the height of absurdity. It's
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Fucking E-Bombs. Shit.
Oh, and on a side note, Feeler, you should definitely use that voice in Lousy Bums. That was great.
Oh no, I got a new voice plan that we should be busting out here
sweet.
soon. That yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's way better. Have you ever seen the Adventure Zone or listened to the Adventure Zone?
No.
Oh,
Do you know who
you gotta
Taco
jump into
is?
it, bro.
If you like Boz, if you like the bums, you should listen to the Adventure Zone.
Because it's
I,
better.
I love the
better.
bums, but even
Okay,
all of
you
the
remember what I said about TV shows? That applies to podcasts too.
Hey, at least he's got time for us.
Ray,
Yeah, there you go.
Always listen to us first, you motherfucker.
Now I don't want to.
What's your podcast?
No, you're gonna do it.
Fuck
All right,
yeah.
and G.I. Joe also, they try to remake themselves with movies here recently, which pretty much have been flops. Even when they tried to add The Rock to the second one.
Dude, I have not seen either, and no, I'm like, this can't be good.
No,
The
I
first,
actually
first-
like
the
Oh,
first one wasn't terrible.
The first one wasn't bad, especially the Brendan Fraser cameo.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
The second one was just like, why? Just why did you do that? Just that was pointless. Should have been done.
Yeah.
Either way, they're both over the top
But, you know,
dumb
The
fun.
Rock,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
yeah,
I
dumb
still,
fun.
yeah, spoiler alert, they killed off somebody in the second movie, and it was just dumb.
Yeah, pretty much.
So now I'm on to my next one. Is Voltron.
Yes.
Voltron,
What
there
do
you
you
go.
I'll
guys
set
know
this one
about
out.
Voltron?
Oh, love
I don't
Voltron.
Never got into
Five
it.
lions
It-
that turned to a big ass galactic robot.
I mean,
Wait,
let's
five
be
mini lion bots turn into one giant Sorry, I had to go Deadpool.
Let's be fair. This is what the fucking Power Rangers drew inspiration from.
Yeah.
That is true. This
or kind of just fucking ripped off.
Hey, we're talking 80s, not 90s here. Okay, stop stealing my shows.
Hey, man. I mean, it had to be said, though. You know.
I get it.
So I was actually hoping one of you guys would say that because Voltron ripped off a Japanese cartoon called Go Lion.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, it's almost down to the spot, like the same exact fucking thing as Go Lion. They just changed some of the names, and they changed some of the story a little bit because Japanese television is allowed like a little more violence and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Voltron, they go to the different planet.
King Go Lion.
Yep. So in Voltron,
Holy crap, it looks just like him.
Exactly. In Voltron, they go to a different planet called Aris. I forgot how it's pronounced. But in Go Lion, they actually go to Earth and they find out that everyone has been killed in a nuclear war before they go on to their next planet.
Good Lord.
There's
right. That's what I was fucking thinking too. Like the whole time, like of course he knows this.
Anime king over here.
Also,
suck it, Kerrigan.
Also, in the Japanese version, they have a torture and like pretty much like genocide scenes that like alien conquerors are doing on slaves that they take out of the American version. And then also in Go Lion, they let someone get fatally shot in the heart while trying to protect someone else.
That's some dark shit, man.
Yeah. Way to go, Japanese people. You're
now,
great.
here's a question. Since, you got Voltron and Go Lion, but was Gundam before or after them?
Gundam is a different. Well, Gundam's slightly different because it's just a person piloting just one robot that's by itself, and not multiple robots that join together.
Okay. Right. Okay. Sure.
And Gundam is probably about the sameish timeline for the first one.
Okay.
Or for the first couple, but like as you were saying, there are huge similarities between Voltron and Power Rangers. You have multiple robots that team up together to make a gianter, bigger robot to defeat things.
To come wreck shit.
You have one bad guy, a major bad guy. In this case, it was King Zarkon and his son Lotor and the witch Hagar, who kept on sending in Road Beast, which are like robot beast, to attack the people to attack and try and kill them. While in fucking Power Rangers, was a Queen Rita or whatever the fuck her name was.
Rita Repulsa,
who kept on sending in fucking evil monsters and shit.
Make my monsters grow. Yeah.
She
was the best. She was so over the top. It was awesome.
So like you had your 3 different or your 5 different lines. Each one had like their own color, and which was associated with their own element. Like one was like an earth lion, one was like a lava one came out of the sea, one came out of the
orange one. That's the fat guy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
the Porkins of the group.
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh, good old Porkins.
Right, I think that space spandex.
I think they're actually in the progress of making a Voltron movie.
Really? Man. Well, I mean that makes sense. They're doing.
I feel like
they got that series going on right now.
They're playing with fire there. I feel like I don't know.
The big thing is they're trying to play. It seems like with a lot of these shows that they keep on remaking and making movies for, they're playing a lot on nostalgia factor.
Well, sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Nostalgia is always going to be a money grab, but if you can fucking do it, do it.
I'll probably check it out at some point.
I mean, like the first Transformers movie. I like the first Transformers movie. The second one was okay. But
no, second one, no. That second one is the one that had fucking John Leguizamo. I mean, not John Leguizamo. What the hell am I saying?
John Turturro
in a fucking G-string.
He got peed on.
No, in the second one, he takes off his pants. And he's wearing a damn G-string. Like really?
Don't act like you weren't impressed.
that technically wasn't the first Transformers movie, which I'll get into next.
Yeah.
Oh, good segue.
Because my next cartoon, probably my favorite because of that movie, is the Transformers.
Yeah.
The Transformers animated full-length feature.
Oh my god. Like and obviously started the series. The big thing with this, like the Transformers, were once again another one that was like strongly based off a toy line, or was based off a toy line.
Wait, can we just stop right now and say, like, Transformers, in my opinion, the best toys ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which the thing about that,
Pretty
they were
awesome,
actually
dude.
based off of Japanese toys, Diaclone and Microman toys.
Take everything, don't we?
No, see, this is another one like G.I. Joe and Voltron I didn't get into. I completely
you don't like
missed out on
Transformers?
No, I never. It's not like I don't like it or don't or hate it.
Wait.
It missed me. It missed me.
Okay, that makes sense.
How old are you though?
I'm 33.
You're older than me?
Huh.
Yeah, I was born in '84.
Yeah, Boz is me.
I thought you were like 26. Never mind.
No, I was born in '84.
Boz
That's
is
why.
age, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like when I grew up, it was Batman, Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, RoboCop, fucking Willow. I don't know how many damn times I saw that.
Willow's cool as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. I think it just missed me. Even sad to say, like I know Adam recently mentioned this, I missed out on Star Wars growing up too. So a lot of shit just missed me, you know.
I think it was a thing of like I think we went the same path as you, but we just gravitated to a couple other things, you know. Like, well, also like my brother's a couple years older, so like me and Adam might have pulled off of him whatever he was watching, possibly.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
Well, even to take it to Star Wars, like with me and like Boz and fuck all of us, like Return of the Jedi came out before we were all born. So if you didn't really have somebody to introduce you to Star Wars, you might not get into it. Like I said in our Star Wars episode, my parents were not into sci-fi, so I did not fucking have any exposure to Star Wars until I did it on my own.
My mom was a huge Next Generation fan. Huge.
Okay.
We ended up watching a lot of those episodes. But like
sorry.
we had to let you, otherwise you'll just do it some other time.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
Okay, sorry.
All right, so back on topic.
Yes, Captain.
Back on topic.
What topic we
Transformers. The first. We're talking about the Transformers.
Transformers.
All right, so the first time they actually was their pilot, instead of just being a singular episode, was actually a 3-part miniseries. So obviously
that's smart.
Yeah. Right. So it followed Prime and his Autobots and Megatron as his Decepticons as they're leaving Cybertron, trying to find new sources of energy, so more Energon. They all crash land on Earth, where they somehow remain entombed and offline for 4 million years. They awaken in 1984 with the Decepticons obviously just start pillaging all the sources of energy, and the Autobots trying to stop them and protect the Earth with the help from a human father and son named Sparkplug and Spike Witwicky. Who the fuck names their son Sparkplug?
Wait, Sparky Plug?
Sparkplug Witwicky is his name.
Wait. Well, Sparky Plug went on to be Bob Holly.
No. Sparkplug, not Sparky. Sparkplug, fuckface.
I want to call a timeout. I did talk over Boz's great joke there. You want to run that back for us there, bro?
Yeah. Well, Sparkplug is better than his younger brother, Buttplug.
Correct. Yep, that is correct. And I made a Bob Holly joke, so you can eat shit. Because he was Sparky Plug, so fuck you, bitch.
And I try not to spit out my beer. Welcome.
Who honestly names their kid Sparkplug and they have the last name of Witwicky?
Witwicky.
Well, you can't do nothing about the last name, but the first name for sure.
Yeah. You know? It's like, what the fuck? Like, it's like your son has to be a mechanic. No choice. He's a car mechanic.
It's like the Friends joke where they booked the stripper and Chandler's like, we have on the docket Miss Crystal Chandelier, and Joey says, well, you name your daughter that, what do you expect her to grow up to be? You know.
So at the end of that miniseries, the Decepticons, everyone thought they were dead because their space cruisers plunged into the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
And the Autobots are getting ready to prepare to return to Earth, but we all know that was not the case.
Nope.
The big thing for me that I fucking loved about Transformers was their 1986 animated movie, which is hands down better than fucking anything that has come
Like,
since.
The most epic space battle, man.
Okay, so I've heard Fiedler like gush about this movie so many times.
Great, man.
No, and I don't doubt that. But
Dude, it's on my Amazon account. You should watch it sometime.
I don't use your Amazon account. We've been over this. Okay.
What next about home? Watch on my Amazon account.
Shut up. They're listening. But
Who has an echo? Who has an echo in the room?
I'm watching you with Wiki.
Me and Fiedler lived either together or 15 feet from each other for roughly a year and a half, and I still have never seen this animated movie yet. And I have
a Blu-ray, a DVD, and a fucking
Fiedler. You have failed us. No,
no, I said that's on me. That's on me. It's fine. But yeah. I feel like I need to see this because he tells me that like all the fucking like the Autobots are like cussing and shit in, and I'm like, what? Excuse me?
Dude.
Well, Spike cussed a couple times. The human did.
Yeah.
But like the movie, the story is actually well thought out, and it plays in off of what was going on in the series.
Yep.
Two, the other thing that's amazing about it is the voice cast they have. The voice of Hot Rod, who later who ends up becoming the hero of the story because, well, I'm not going to talk about it in case you actually want to watch it. The voice of Hot Rod is voiced by Judd Nelson from Breakfast Club.
Woo!
Yep. Right?
At
the time, he was a big name talent. Then Ultra Magnus, another one of the Autobots, is voiced by Robert Stack, which a lot of people know him from Unsolved Mysteries.
Love Robert Stack's voice.
The main bad guy.
Update. Coop went to Disney World.
Megatron gets turned into Galvatron, and he's voiced by Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Nice.
Who? Fun fact: Leonard Nimoy also does a voice for another one of the Autobots or another one of the Transformers.
Transformers live action.
And I think the second or third one. So he's like the only person to actually voice a Transformer in multiple movies.
Yeah.
Unicron, the big baddie, is voiced by Orson Welles, with Tank kept talking about.
That's crazy.
Another one, Cliff Jumper, is voiced by Casey Kasem. If you remember during the 80s,
callback.
Yeah, if you remember during the 80s and 90s, was Casey Kasem Coast to Coast for the top 10 shows.
On with the game.
Not 10 shows, but 10 songs in the country or whatever.
It was the top 40.
Your favorite.
Top 40.
And Shaggy and Robin.
Yep.
Adam, we just talked about
Shaggy and Robin.
Radio. Go ahead and do it. No.
It was shagging Robin. Yes.
God.
It was weird. It was real weird. It got weird, guys.
It got weird.
At first.
The number 2 behind Galvatron, Starscream, was voiced by Chris Latta, who, throwback to what I talked about earlier, he was actually also the voice of Cobra Commander.
Oh, really?
Oh,
that's
cool.
A good connection.
Nice.
Huh?
That's
that menacing voice, you know?
There's another guy, Wreck-Gar. He is voiced by Eric Idle, who is part of the famous Monty Python show.
Hell yes.
Fuck.
And then also to top it all off, Weird Al Yankovic has a song on the soundtrack.
Oh, fuck me. Awesome.
Greatest person ever.
Oh, God. I love Weird Al.
It's like the story itself is cool. The action is cool. Like the way they lay everything out is actually fucking great. It makes sense. There's no fucking giant fucking leaps.
Yep.
And it works. And they also
should have tried in the live action.
The matrix of leadership, which is how they determine who the next Autobot leader is going to be.
Yeah.
And then also, because there's one thing they did in the movie that people weren't terribly excited about. So then it leads to an epic 2-parter back-to-back season, or not season, but episodes to I guess say correct that issue and bring that person back. All around, like
you can't give me.
It is just hands down better than anything I've fucking seen from Michael Bay.
Yeah, I mean they definitely should have tried to tackle that some way somehow in the live action movies.
And also like another thing that sort of sets us apart from other animated movies, which now I guess they're trying to do better with, but like that voice cast I just read you was like grade A fucking top of the ranked stars. It's not just some random fucking Joe. Like for all the case, for like you have like because like nowadays you have like 2 stars, two or 3 big names, and then everyone else is some random fuck.
A lot
like,
of gravitas in that freaking voice cast, you know.
Even like the minor people, like Cliff Jumper, he barely has any fucking lines. Was Casey Kasem?
Yeah.
Starscream, he's not there for the whole movie, but he's another famous like voice caster at the time. You have a top name star, you have like multiple top name stars, and then a classic person with Orson Welles, someone crossover from fucking Britain with Eric Idle. Like it's just fucking nuts.
That's great, man.
That movie is so fucking good.
It's definitely worth a watch.
And like the soundtrack throwing in Weird Al, because like that they actually play that song during the movie at one point. It's you can't fucking beat it. It's like, and it's just makes all the shit they've done since then, like the reboot, well, not really reboots, but like the live action shit just seemed like fucking garbage.
Yeah, I mean,
which is why I'm usually upset after I watch one of the new movies. It's because it's a comparison to me watching that.
Yeah. I feel you. I still enjoy some of it, but I understand totally what you mean.
Like, well, yeah, but like the first time you saw like the first Transformers in the theater, because I know I went out and saw it, it was like, damn. Like, even though sometimes it's kind of hard to fucking see what's going on.
I still even thought it was just, I still thought it was all right.
I didn't think I dug it.
I don't know, man. Like, I think they just shocked and awed me into enjoying it. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's Michael Bay just blowing shit up.
Yeah,
just seeing them like, whoa, this is Optimus Prime live action. Holy crap, you know?
They went so big that like it did blow me away a little bit, and they went downhill from there. But you know,
like next time I come home, I'll fucking load up my Amazon Prime account on one of your things for like a day. And I'll have you fucking sit down and watch this.
I'll just come over to your house. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That works too. Or I'll send you the fucking Blu-ray I have or the DVD that I have.
I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, and then also there are a couple other shows I didn't talk about. I think that definitely deserve mention. One that I wanted to talk about but I couldn't find too much information on was fucking Thundercats.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you just got to.
Thundercats, ho!
Snare.
Fucking snarf.
Oh, God.
So Hacksaw.
So bad.
Hey, Snarfer was awesome.
Then a couple other ones. Mighty Mouse actually started to get a good solid. Well, it wasn't his original run, but he started getting another rerun during the 80s again, which is pretty cool.
He got a second life there in the 80s, didn't he?
And then also, one that I enjoyed was Garfield and Friends.
Oh, yeah.
That's fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Garfield and Friends.
Before we keep going to Garfield, let me go back real quick and share a story about Thundercats.
I didn't have anything on Garfield. I was just throwing him out as a honorable mention because I've talked for at least an hour.
Well, Thundercats, I love Thundercats. Well, don't worry, I don't have a lot to talk about. Okay. But Thundercats, I've always loved it. But when you're broke and hard on cash, you become very creative when it comes to toys. So dressing up as Lion-O, I wore a kitchen glove and a toy knife that I would just tuck right in the glove.
Nice.
And a Spider-Man used dental floss.
You also became about 5 serial killers.
Yeah.
It all has to start from somewhere.
I mean, yeah, that's what Dahmer said too, bro.
Sorry if I talked too long. I just had I started looking.
Oh, hey, no, dude. Like I said, I don't have a lot of detail to go into mine.
You know, we don't.
So many good cartoons.
Sometimes we go short. Sometimes we go long. Fuck it.
It's whatever. Who cares? You know, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I feel that because I feel like there's something I could have talked about. Yeah. But Baz, it's your floor now, man. Let's see what those 90s got for us.
Take us to the 90s, homie.
Take us to the 90s.
Bro. Honestly, when I was looking at the 90s, I was like, let me just write down what I have to work with. And as soon as I did, I was like, holy fuck. So I didn't even know where to start. But you know what? I'll go back to one that you were talking about for Darkwing Duck.
Hell yeah.
You
want to get dangerous?
Hell yes.
Dangerous.
Let's get. One thing in my research,
Hey, Singy McGee, he's trying to talk, motherfucker. Hey, there's that Muttley laugh we were told about.
Yep, there it is. Well, the funny thing I found out about Darkwing Duck is that I always thought it was a direct, like, spin-off. Like the Launchpad
DuckTales
was.
and shit.
It's actually from what the creator's mouth was. It's an alternate universe.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and even though they connect in the comics, they connect like you get of course you get
And
Gizmo
Launchpad's
Duck.
in both shows,
Gizmo
right?
Duck was one you forgot to bring up in DuckTales. I loved Gizmo Duck.
Sorry.
Blather and Blatherskite. But anyway, yeah, it's a different universe. He Launchpad McQuack exists, and all these different characters exist, but I always thought that was weird. I always thought they were connected.
Yeah, I always thought
Huh.
that too. Shit.
Interesting.
Fucking blowing my mind, bitch. Damn.
Yeah, so that's the fun fact I had about Darkwing Duck. And if anybody else have anything for Darkwing Duck?
The more you know.
I did. I watched a bit of Darkwing Duck, but not enough to talk about it. Let's put it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was fun. It was good, but I can't remember too much about it.
Yeah,
I remember
same.
enjoying
You
it.
know, I just
Other than that,
yeah, I remember having like the gun that shoots a little, like little sticky pad thing that goes on the wall. Just like little gadgets.
It was
You mean that-
it was like a grappling hook type deal.
Plunger, wasn't it like a plunger?
It might have been a plunger.
oh, it wasn't
Something
like
like
a
that.
thing where if you shot it onto the carpet, it would get a bunch of like dust and hair on it.
He's talking about like some of the sticky hand toys.
Yeah, I'm talking about the sticky
Oh,
hand
that
things.
thing.
Yeah, those
Okay.
things that were
Oh,
sticky for like
sorry.
5 minutes.
So the
Oh,
format
okay.
that I'm gonna go with is I grabbed two of my favorite shows. One of them I'm it's not really a Saturday morning cartoon, but I will give it him.
Dude,
And
that's
then
all good.
I'm just gonna list off all the shows, as many as you can,
I'm sure
and
we'll all
just
yap.
and see. Yeah, exactly. We all share something we can. So the first one I have, and it's my favorite, is Batman the Animated Series.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
Great
One of the
theme
greatest
song,
cartoons of all
great
time.
great score, like you were talking about earlier in
Yes.
the last episode.
God.
Fantastic.
Dude, that
Everything
sounds
in-
like film quality on a kid's
Yes.
cartoon show.
Exactly. And
Fucking
I
nuts.
once they come, I didn't buy Batman Mask of the Phantasm when it came out on Blu-ray, but I'm gonna. But it's just my favorite Batman is Kevin Conroy. My favorite
Fuck
Joker is
yeah.
Mark Hamill, and that
Yep.
is my perfect
Yep, that's my
embodiment of
iteration of Batman. Yep.
yeah, and even all the spin-off movies that come with it,
Yep.
just name one, and they're somewhat involved in it, and like
And I hate to
some-
cut
was-
you. I hate to cut you
Yeah,
off, but
go
like,
for it. Go for it.
but also like what started with that is a whole Bruce Timiverse thing of like freaking Justice League Unlimited,
Yeah,
Superman,
To
Batman
add-
Beyond.
But
Holy
before
shit, dude.
before you say something else, I was gonna drop. I have a couple of for Batman. I have a couple of my favorite episodes, and I wanted to talk about.
Dude.
And one of them was the first episode directed by Bruce Timm and written by Paul Dini.
Paul
And
Dini.
if you don't recognize, just in case for people who don't recognize those names,
Yep.
these two geniuses are the reason we have Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Ooh.
They created Harley Quinn
They
together.
created Harley Quinn. Yep.
Yeah. So this episode is called Heart of Ice. It's from season
Oh,
1,
God.
episode 14. It debuted in September of 1992.
Oh,
And-
Nora.
Yes.
Yes.
A little fun fact. If you guys didn't know this, Mark Hamill wasn't the original person cast as the Joker.
Oh yeah.
It was
Oh,
actually
yeah.
Tim Curry.
No
That's right,
shit.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes, they had
Wow.
episodes recorded of Tim because this like I said, this is the 14th episode, but the Joker didn't make an appearance. He made an appearance earlier, but this was I think the 4th episode that was done, and
Yeah.
so Mark Hamill actually makes an appearance. This is his first appearance, but he doesn't come as the Joker. He comes as one of the main characters in it. It's just one time pass.
Yeah.
And later on, Tim Curry, I think either he backed out or he just didn't want to do it anymore. And Mark Hamill was like, I want to do it,
Thank
like
God.
I want to be the Joker. And it was magic. But the
Oh my
best
God.
thing about it, since Mark Hamill was in this episode, there's 2 little Star Wars drops, like little Easter
Really?
eggs.
I never knew
No
this.
shit.
Yeah, one part, Batman is frozen and hung upside down.
Oh shit. Okay. Cool.
What up, Empire?
I didn't think
Yeah.
about it. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's one scene where that character who Mark Hamill was playing was being warmed in a bacta tank.
Oh, no
shit.
shit.
In a bacta tank like thing.
Whoa.
Right. Yeah, like Luke when he's trying to heal up.
Exactly.
Dude, that's crazy.
Well, okay, you know what? My bad. I don't think it was that the Mark Hamill character, but it was somebody did it. You know, so it happened.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
but
that-
I as much as I love Mark Hamill as the Joker, like Tim
You gotta-
Curry could have
you
been
gotta
just
hear,
as
right?
good
Oh,
too,
sure.
right?
Yeah,
Like-
I want to
Window.
hear it.
Yeah, like oh god.
Oh,
definitely
man.
would have been more
That's
campy.
crazy. I did not know that.
Like, hey, Brucey, like that would have been fucking
Right.
awesome.
Yeah, Brucey.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bruce, do you want a large cheese pizza? No? Little Home Alone 2? No?
Yes.
Shit.
I got you. I was there.
Hey,
You were
sorry,
here
boys.
smooching with my brother.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm quite a few beers in.
Filthy
Don't mind
animal.
me.
Don't worry. I am too.
Well, that's all I had for that episode. But another episode
Yeah.
is one of my favorites. I forgot to write down the other information about it, but it's Beware the Gray Ghost.
Oh man, that's so good.
It is. I watched it again recently. I was tearing up.
Tell
at
them who the
end
voice of the
because-
Grey Ghost is.
I was
Yes,
gonna say, can wait before we get into that, can we
Okay.
get a brief synopsis of the episode?
Sure. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to do.
Okay,
The beginning
cool.
starts off with young Bruce, and as a kid, he's
Yeah.
watching his hero, the Gray Ghost, and it's think of it as Batman 66, but less campy. It's
Like the
a
Spirit.
Yeah, exactly. He looks like a mixture of the Spirit mixed with the Invisible Man because he's got the big goggles. You know, he's got the
Yeah.
nice dressed suit. He's got a cape, a top hat. You know, so almost like the Shadow. You know, so it's a mixture
I
of all
feel
these
you.
different characters. So he's watching it, and it's just big eyed, and and then all of a sudden you cut to another part where you're back in normal time, and there's bombings going on all throughout Gotham. And you know the big, powerful explosions that are going on that show produces. And later on, Bruce has a dream about one of the old episodes of Great Ghost, and he remembers that the bomber that's
Villain,
going.
right?
Yeah, the villain in this episode is named the Mad Bomber, and in the old series, there was a character named the Mad Bomber, so there's a connection. So he goes to find the actor who played the Grey Ghost, who's still living in Gotham, and he's down on his luck. He can't get a job. He's only known as the Great Ghost, and this is like 30, 40 years
his
later.
character's not too popular anymore.
Exactly, but there's a connection to that because the person who voices the actor who plays the Grey Ghost is
Whoa.
Adam West.
Adam fucking
Wow, that's
West.
awesome.
West.
It is so good because that's
It's
exactly
So good.
it's exactly the kind
Yeah.
of struggle that he had for the longest time because he hated Batman for a little while. Like
Yeah.
he wanted nothing to do with him.
Because he
And
couldn't
then
get
finally
out of
he
that
started being-
role.
Exactly. That's all people ever saw him as. And then,
Yeah.
of course, later on we saw him as Mayor of West, and he did all this other stuff too. But he was our
I
Batman.
loved him as Mayor West.
Oh,
I know
great.
that's
Yes,
not what we're
so
talking
good.
about, but so good. Like
Yes.
and like that was like a no shame kind of thing because like Mayor West was just so fucking stupid, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. This is funny.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
good
he
for him.
played it.
Yeah.
He played
Yeah,
it perfectly. And like going back and watching the '66 movie, I have so much great memories of watching it as a kid. That was another thing I watched when I was talking about growing up.
Hell yes,
And
because you know what, Boz? Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Exactly. You just can't. It's amazing. Yeah.
Shark bomb.
But my favorite little
Shark repellent.
tidbit, if you go back to watching that scene, especially that bomb scene, the ducks.
The
There
ducks,
are-
the
are
marching
wooden-
band. Oh, God. Oh yes,
The ducks
yes.
are wooden hunting
Oh,
ducks.
my God.
And
Yeah.
one of them is actually floating upside down. You can see the wooden bottom.
Oh
Like, God.
fuck, are you for real? Because I have that DVD. I'm about to pop that
Yeah.
in when we're done here.
Yes, and then like around that same scene, they're scaling up the wall. You can see a string hanging off of Batman's cape to pull it down because they're just
Oh,
walking
yeah.
normally.
Oh
So
yeah,
it ju-
yeah,
it's just-
yeah.
Or
Oh,
the final scene with the submarine, you know, you can see it's wallpaper in the back of a skyline.
That's
You know, it's
great.
fucking awesome.
And
But-
I don't think. I mean, granted, you got Nicholson and you got Ledger. Cesar Romero does not get his just due these days.
No.
but,
but
not many can pull off a white painted over freaking mustache.
Batman would not shave it for the life of him.
That's how bitch was like. Nope.
I love Cesar Romero, dude.
Oh, you know what? Actually, going a little back, you know what? He actually, thank you. He makes a little cameo in another popular '80s TV series.
Yeah,
Romero does.
Yeah, Golden Girls.
Oh man,
he comes out in one episode that I remember.
Puss. Sorry.
Oh God.
some of that cramped puss.
Oh Jesus!
Does he knock a Blanche?
He probably knocks the cobwebs out of Dorothy.
No, it's Estelle. I think he's going after Estelle.
No shit.
Yeah, she was actually the youngest one out of all of them. She played the oldest one. That's fucking crazy.
Anyway. Also the inspiration for Boz Katana. I swear to God.
Oh yes, it's so fucking awesome. I love that GIF or meme on Facebook. Well, getting back to the Great Ghost, it gets very meta. It gets incredibly, and they catch the villain and everything. He actually teams up with the Great Ghost. The Great Ghost comes in and wears his costume, and
you're seeing Batman like geek out wearing his Batman suit. It's
exactly.
Crazy.
And he takes the Grey Ghost to his Batcave, and the Batcave, you find out, is almost an exact replica of the Grey Ghost's hideout.
Oh,
that's
so
cool.
It's a great episode, dude.
He takes the Grey Ghost into a separate room that he has all his merchandise. His Grey Ghost merchandise. And one part that really hits me, the Grey Ghost is like, so it was all for naught. It was all for something. I did it for something. And his work mattered.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, and it influenced Batman. And so Batman says the Grey Ghost was a hero to me when I was a kid and still is. And later on at the end, the Grey Ghost is relevant again. He's signing autographs. Bruce Wayne shows up with Alfred to get a signature and autograph, and he says that same exact line roughly how I said it. And the Grey Ghost just smiles and is like, "Is that right?" And he knows that it's Batman.
It's such a fucking dope.
It's a great ending. It's such a fucking. It gives you goosebumps right now thinking about it.
That's awesome, man.
I think I actually remember that episode.
I gotta hop back on Amazon and watch that shit.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Right?
It's on Amazon.
I know it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's on there. It's fucking great. I gotta get back into it. I'll probably finish my son's rewatch and then hop on to Batman. It's
so good.
It's so
I remember
good.
watching it every day after school, dude. And my mom's like, "Do your homework." And I'm like, "Yeah, how am I doing my homework? Fucking watching Batman,
Even it's spin off into Batman Beyond, and that is such a great underrated show too.
Yeah, dude.
And the Batman Beyond what was it? The Return of the Joker episode. That was such a good show. Because I loved how they went back in time to the old school Kevin Conroy Batman and Mark Hamill Joker and Bruce Tim Drake. I'm sorry, Tim Drake as Robin, and it was just really good, really well done.
Yeah, Batman versus Superman vibes.
Yeah, and even the Batman, what was the world's greatest movie?
Yep. Wow, this is so good shit.
So okay, the next episode, really quick. The only reason why I love this episode so much is because of one line. And it's enough for me to love it. And it's called Almost Got Him.
I think I remember this one.
Yes, it's season 1, episode 35, and it starts off at a poker table, and you see the villains are surrounding it playing poker.
Yeah,
it's Poison Ivy, Penguin, Two-Face, Joker, and Killer Croc.
Yep.
And each one of them take their turns in saying they're almost got him Batman story.
Yep, almost got him. Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, each one of them have their own great stories, but the best one is Killer Croc. I never thought Killer Croc would steal the show, but he does. So when you get into everybody's story, they actually show what happened, right? They show the exploding
flashback.
Yeah, exactly, flashback. But when you get to Killer Croc, it's like 10 seconds. He's like, he says, "I was at a quarry and I cornered him in the back," and they're like, "Yeah, and I threw a rock at him," and the fucking stunned face is like, "What the hell is this imbecile talking about?" That you pan across the table, and then Poison Ivy, she changes the subject, and he's like, "It was a big rock." Like it's that fucking hilarious, dude. That was so good. And then later on,
classic trope that he just played off really fucking well.
Yeah, and later on, the joke was actually on us because that person playing. It wasn't actually Killer Croc. It was Batman dressed as Killer Croc.
Killer Croc. Yep.
Awesome.
So he was just there, like trying to get info on them.
Yep.
So I have a quick question, since we are on the topic of Batman.
Yes.
I know that Batman and Robin, the movie, not well received, but I have to imagine that our very special guest, Chris Boseldew, was super hard the whole time because it was just full of ice puns.
I
Right.
was 13, so yeah, probably.
Yeah,
you know?
well, yeah, stiff
14
wind will do it
is
at
not-
that age,
You
right?
know that
But,
village, too.
like, I mean,
Oh no! Look,
oh god,
I would tell you this. I will rewatch that one more before I would rewatch Batman Forever.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Oh.
gonna say Batman '89, and I was about to drive to
No,
Texas
don't.
and murder you.
Dude, I would have met you halfway and given you the knife.
Thank you.
But
You're
no,
a
no,
good
no.
man.
Only because Batman Forever had such potential. You know, things were
Yeah.
there. You know, it wasn't
Val Kilmer was
it wasn't a
pretty
lot.
Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey. I mean,
Yeah, like the casting alone is like Val Kilmer as Batman.
Yep.
That sounds great. Of
Yep.
course, then you got the 40-year-old Robin, but
Right.
stupid Chris O'Donnell. But you know, so much more about that movie pisses me off. But when you look at Batman and Robin, it's like, you know what? They went for broke. It's just fucking funny. It's dumb and it's over the top
It's
stupid.
the campiest thing ever.
Yeah, so I
Arnold
watched
just
it.
makes it fun, man.
Its camp
Yes.
is almost on par with like Batman '67. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, everybody, freeze. You know, like, yeah.
Chill.
nice to meet you. I mean, I know Boz is a pun fan, and I just can't imagine that like that was like his thing right there, man.
But okay, you would be surprised into knowing that the puns with me didn't start till like around 5-6 years ago.
No, this was your inspiration. I'm very certain of it.
Rewriting your life. Sorry, get over it. No.
I was looking at my future, the bane of my existence.
There's a
Oh,
nice
come
Chris-
on.
Oh, fuck you. God damn it. We walked right into that one, boys.
Oh boy. Okay,
That
so
was
like, I'm gonna
You're
move
just
past
robbing
Batman.
us with jokes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This shit is off the rails.
I'm not even gonna try.
You're better off, buddy. I'll join you in that club.
Anyways,
Oh,
go ahead,
boy.
brother. Keep going with your shit. Dude.
Okay, if you'll let me carry on.
Got it.
Okay, so I'm moving away from Batman, and this is the next show that I love so much. I still love it to this day. It's actually, if I were to rank my top 5 favorite shows, this would be number 5.
Okay.
Behind, like number 1 would be Frasier, 2 would probably be How I Met Your Mother, Friends, The League, and then this one, which I know it is not a Saturday morning cartoon. Like I said, I don't give a damn. It started off in 1997, and it's South
Okay.
Park. I've already
Okay.
referenced it several times.
Nothing wrong with that. It's cartoon,
So,
man. It's fine.
Yeah,
It did a lot of major
Influential.
things, and
Yeah.
the way
Yeah, and
the way they do
it-
the episodes is
and
is
you'd be
amazing.
surprised, like it is still funny to this day.
It's
and-
Well,
crazy.
because the reason why it's still funny is because it's still relevant.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
It's
And-
intelligent is the
They
point.
literally will make a whole entire episode in a week, so it's based
Yes,
on
that's-
things that are.
Did you
currently
see that
going on.
documentary when they did?
I don't
Yeah,
think it's a documentary, but I know I've read about it before.
Yeah, the story will pop up, and they'll have like 2 days to write and draw everything before they have to put it out to the show.
That's
Crazy.
crazy.
And there's been more than one occasion where they had their finger on the kill button. It's like, oh, looks like we're not gonna have an episode this week
And they've been doing it for how many years now? Doing it that way?
since 1997.
Yep.
So
it's,
you're looking at 21 years,
Yeah.
Holy
20 and a half.
Good
Yeah,
lord.
and they've probably pissed off everybody. And,
Oh, yeah.
but
And that's why they're still on the air.
yeah,
Because they've
everybody's fair
pissed off
game.
everybody. No
Yeah,
they're
one's
not
safe.
racist. They're not
They're
this. They're not that.
non-discriminatory,
They attack everybody. You know?
yeah,
No,
exactly.
It's not that. It's you can go after anybody as long as you go after everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
And
if
you know, and that's so true because I remember the first 8 to 7 seasons, they got so much shit.
Oh,
But
yeah.
now,
They
since they've
hated it.
accumulated more and more different
Material.
stories, different storylines and material, they are almost infallible when it comes to criticism because they're like they don't give a shit. They're gonna do it
No, I don't give a
anyway.
fuck.
And especially now since their side projects have been so huge with the Book of Mormon and anything like that. Like
Oh my God. I know. Okay. So you brought up Book of Mormon, and we have this theater in St. Louis. It's the Fabulous Fox Theater. And it's like it's like the classiest fucking place to see a theater show.
Yeah.
And I went and saw the Book of Mormon at the Fox Theater. And if you had told me that I would hear the word cunt at the Fox, I would have fucking shot you in the face. But usually I censor that word out of this show, but I'm gonna leave it in this time. And just because it needs to stay in.
What word
it's
was that?
an important word.
It's the C-bomb, buddy.
It's see you next Tuesday.
Exactly. It's the see you next Tuesday. And oh my God. I've never fucking laughed so hard at a live show in my entire life.
I didn't get a chance to see it. I really want to they still tour every now and then, but
it's so good. I mean, like I was born and raised Catholic I went to a Catholic school for what? 13, 14 years. Yeah. And unfortunately, if you go to a Catholic school that long, it can pound it out of you, and religion can kind of become secondary to you. And when you stop taking religion so seriously, that kind of shit, it fucking registers with you so hard. And I fucking lost my shit watching that thing, man. It was unreal.
Yeah, and they are freaking brilliant. They're hilarious.
Exactly.
I will have words with whoever says otherwise.
Oh,
just being that consistent. Holy shit.
It's so good.
So I have 3 episodes that are some of my favorite. They're the first ones that came to mind, but
fire! Sorry.
There's a fuck ton of episodes. But one of the first one is one of the first ones where I ever had a shock. I was like, what? An ending that was such shocking. And it's called Scott Tenorman Must Die.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know that one.
Season 5, episode 4. This kid, Scott Tenorman, you rarely see him ever again. You see him like 3-4 episodes total. And this kid, Scott Tenorman, is an older kid fucking with Cartman. He's pissed. He's purposely messing with him. He sells him his own pubes because Cartman thinks that, oh, I have my pubes, so now I'm mature. And so he tells everybody that, and they're like, you're a fucking idiot. You wasted your money. So he's trying to get the whole episode. He's trying to get his $20 back, but from Scott Tenorman. And Scott Tenorman is like, he keeps fucking with even more. Like he says, oh, if you go down to Mexico, you can sell them. I'm like, oh, well, give me back my pubes. I want them. So he keeps getting the upper hand.
Fucking with him, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so one part of the episode, you find out that Scott Tenorman is a huge Radiohead fan, and Radiohead actually comes out on the show. So the Cartman writes a letter to them to get them to come to South Park, because making it seem like Tenorman has cancer in his ass. And so he's like, he's got cancer in his ass. It's fucking funny. And so Cartman lets it known that he's trying to train a pony to bite off Tenorman's dick. And so fast forward, he gives him a free pony ride at a Chili Con Carnival festival. And the Chili Festival is where he wants to have the kid's penis bitten off.
Festival.
Yeah, and so Scott Tenorman puts a bowl of chili with pubes in it, all the kids' pubes, and he's gonna serve it to Cartman. And Cartman eats it, and he's like, "You want to know what's in it?" It's like, "Oh, how you try to?" And Cartman one-ups him right away and tells him, "Oh, how you try to put pubes in my chili?" And they're like, "What?" And it's like everybody's like, "How did he know that?" And so it gets fast forward to the ending here. He manipulates a plan to get Scott Tenorman's parents to go and get the pony away from where he had him, the one he trained. And the owner of that pony shot and killed both his parents. And Cartman, he's like, "I want to tell you so I can serve you your chili. Do you enjoy your chili, Scott?" After a long night with an axe, I call it Mr. and Mrs. Tenorman chili. He fed that kid's parents to him.
Fucking Dahmer, dude.
Yeah, he pulls out a finger. He pulls out a finger with a ring on it. It's like, oh my god.
Cartman is freaking Dahmer.
Because like you said, like the whole entire episode, like the kid was like fucking with Cartman, and like Cartman always goes over the fucking top
Overboard. Yeah.
so hard. And
Yeah.
then like you see him serving chili, you're like, what the fuck is he doing? And then he drops a bomb like it's the kid's fucking parents. Like, oh my Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
Holy crap.
Gosh.
It's such a mind fuck.
Yeah.
You don't think that
seriously.
shit's gonna happen. But okay, here's a little fun fact about the Tenorman family. There's an episode where Cartman is trying to figure out who his father is, right?
Okay.
Because we all know Cartman's mom is a dirty
Which
whore.
is called back to like season 1, right?
Well,
Yeah.
they had that, but they never figured out who it was. They
Right,
just left it
because-
like that.
Was his
Right.
dad and started
It could have been
bullshit?
the Denver
It
Broncos.
could have been the Denver Broncos, yeah.
Something balls.
So
Yeah.
later on, at the end of the episode, we find out that his dad was Mr. Tannerman.
Oh, wow, so
The
he
one-
killed
Oh,
his own
shit.
dad.
He killed his own dad, but at the
Holy
since I
fuck,
forgot to
dude.
tell you that Tannerman are their Brereses, they're gingers.
Versus.
So he
Yeah,
freaks
use
out.
it
He's like,
down.
oh, my dad, yeah, he's dead. Is a ginger like that? He doesn't give a fuck that he's dead. He just cares that he's a ginger.
Who the fuck is this guy? Oh my god.
That's awesome.
So
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
that's that episode.
Great.
Ugh.
That's great.
I gotta tell you right now, by far. Now I'm obviously not as big a South Park fan as you are,
Yeah.
but by far my favorite thing that South Park ever did was when they decided to go after Scientology.
Yes.
And Isaac Hayes, a known Scientologist,
Rest in
decided
peace.
he wasn't going to
No
participate
part,
as
yeah.
chef.
Yeah.
And they just spliced together his fucking voice for the whole episode because they already own that property. It
Yep.
That was
fucking
glorious.
it
That was
fucking wrecked me.
glorious.
I'm like, that was like along with other moments, but like that was when like they jumped the shark as far as not giving a fuck goes.
Yeah,
in my
like,
opinion.
I remember one of the
I think the worst
the
part
lines
was-
he's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think the worst part from that though was like them doing that was they lost the character of the chef.
Well,
which-
yeah, but
Yeah.
it I mean, he wasn't gonna
Well, like,
stay on, so fucking
it
send
also
it.
like you said, it
Yeah.
also showed like how far they were
Peace
willing
out.
to go to
Yeah.
make the episode or the material that they
I
wanted
mean,
to make.
that's sticking to your guns to the nth degree, in my
Oh, yeah.
opinion. Because
Yeah.
Chef is a very popular character. It's like, let's fuck it. We don't give a fuck if
It's
we
like,
lose
they just-
Chef.
They partially sabotaged their own entire show, their own show, to make a point. Which,
Yeah.
as Boz was
And-
saying earlier, like with their body of works, like it's. I think that might have been the big major
Reasonable.
breaking point that people could no longer get pissed off at what they did.
Oh,
Because they did something that not only insulted Scientology, but like I said, it like in the end actually affected their show.
Right,
their ratings.
and
It took
part
out
of
one of their favorite characters.
and part of the reason that they've been able to do what they've done is, like I said earlier, they go after everyone. No one is safe because no one is perfect, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that's something that people need to learn. Like
Exploiter.
anybody who's any kind of, I don't want to say supremacist, but like you're not better. No one is better than anyone.
Yeah.
And people need to know that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they do the world a service regardless if you agree with their brand of humor or not. And
Yeah.
that's important.
I think that's a nice segue. I was gonna explain more episodes, but let's move on a little bit. And nobody is better than everybody. So let's try to get to the next show, which has one of the greatest theme songs ever, and that's X-Men.
Oh
Hell
my
yeah.
god, yes.
That fucking pumps me up, bro.
Now, like, I don't have a lot of detail. About this show, so I wanted just to see if we can all nerd out about this show because there's so much to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Hell yes.
Like
Just Wolverine being like super bub with it, like hey bub, like the voice actor for that, him and stuff, like just awesome, man.
Yeah.
well then also like in the very very first episode they kill Wolverine's best friend.
Yeah, Morph.
Morph.
Peace out,
It's like-
Morph.
Oh my god, it's like, I'm sorry, bro. You're Wolverine's best friend. You have to
It's one
die.
of those things, yeah, like hey, there's stakes to this. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
The two characters that have always been my favorite, and especially because of the show, were Beast and Storm. Those are my two favorite.
Because they're like the best
They were
iterations of them.
they were the smartest. They were some of the strongest. And
man.
I've always said if I were an X-Men, I would want my powers to be Storms.
I got you.
The Rogue and Gambit interactions were pretty cool.
Yeah, they were very funny, and then of
Bishop.
course
I love Bishop.
Bishop, yes. The Mirror Island stuff with Apocalypse.
An action figure of Bishop. I loved it, man. So badass.
The only thing I didn't like about the Apocalypse character is because like Apocalypse, they make him appear to be like all fucking powerful in the show, and then like some one thing that really shouldn't stop him randomly happens, and like he freaks out and runs away.
Yeah, it's a weird. They try to
like really, dude. You let that one little thing stop you from killing them and taking over the world.
They kind of put themselves in a corner, like I guess. Writing it. He's the most powerful guy, but you're like, well, how do we stop him though? Like, what the fuck? So they gotta do something goofy with it, you know?
Yeah. And I remember recently rewatching the Days of Future Past episodes. That was really good too, especially with Bishop being the lead.
Yep. And the Dark Phoenix saga.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dark Phoenix.
Dude, Dark Phoenix saga comic was fucking amazing.
Yeah, man. It's a great.
They're doing a movie for her now, and you know who's playing Dark Phoenix?
Yeah.
Sophie Turner.
Yep, Sophie Turner.
Yep.
So I have a question. Boz, you just said that one of your favorite characters was Beast, and we've already talked about Frasier. How excited were you when Kelsey Grammer started playing Beast?
That movie is bad, but there are great moments, and he is one of them.
I think Kelsey Grammer as Beast is fucking perfect.
I cheered at Days of Future Past when he came back for that one scene. I was like, "Fuck yes!" That's what I wanted to see.
It's all worth it.
Yes, it was so worth it because, one of my favorite lines is what Wolverine was giving her shit with her fighting. I thought you were a pacifist. Like, there comes a time, and all man's like, "Oh, you got that point."
It's so good.
I mean, to be fair, at some point or another, Beast is going to be wounded because I'm going to keep making that joke, all right, motherfuckers? Even though Boz might be the only one that gets it, so whatever.
I this time. I got it.
Well, next on the list, I don't know if you guys watched, let's go over Nickelodeon now, Rugrats.
Oh God, yeah, dude! The whole Nicktoons lineup.
Stimpy, Doug,
Rocco.
Okay, let's just go through them all because like I have Rocco on here. I do have Doug.
Rocco's my top. I'm gonna put that up.
Yep.
Really?
Rocco's
Okay.
top. Yep.
Rocco.
Well, and Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy's up there with me too.
Rocco
that would be my favorite.
Ren and Stimpy for me. But like
Rugrats, Doug.
They were all great.
Hey Arnold was really good.
Hey Arnold got like dark too. Like
the serious stuff, man.
A lot of people from like broken homes identify with Hey Arnold, and like I think it brought a lot of joy to people, and it like I was lucky enough to come from a family that stayed together, so it was I had a good childhood, thankfully, and I did like Hey Arnold, but it wasn't my favorite, but like, God, Nicktoons was fucking great. Real Monsters.
Monsters, yep.
Angry
Beavers, bro.
Angry Beavers just makes me laugh because beavers.
Well, I think Nicktoons had a great run, but I think Fox Kids was better.
Recess?
Recess was fine, but Fox Kids had Batman, had X-Men, had Spider-Man. It had Tiny Toons for a little while. It also had Animaniacs, Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Freakazoid.
Yeah, it had what was
Animaniacs was a test. I hear they're doing a remake of Animaniacs.
Animaniacs was on Hulu too.
On Hulu.
Honestly, all you gotta do is update the jokes. Don't change their design too much or anything like that.
Because I tried watching the new Looney Tunes or the new Tom and Jerry. It just feels so awkward. It just looks jarring. It's too crisp. It's like watching you trying to listen to a vinyl record, but you get a clean digital record, and that's not what you want to hear. You want to hear the scratches. You want to hear the imperfections, because that makes it so much better. It adds to the quality of what you're used to.
Yeah.
And I'm not for everything, obviously, but for certain things, it'd be great.
That's
yeah,
cool,
I fucking
good lineups.
I thought Nicktoons, like Nicktoons almost brought back Saturday morning cartoons for me.
Yeah, because we were getting kind of older at that age, you know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, you think about what Nicktoons started in what, like, probably about 94, 95 ish.
Yeah.
And so, like, we were like elementary school,
junior high.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like, even a show about fucking babies, like not fucking babies, because that's fucked up. But
did you hear all the fucked up theories about Rugrats?
Oh yeah, dude. There's all kinds of crazy theories.
It gets like dark as fuck.
That's like a whole nother episode if we want to do it.
Like fucked up theories about cartoons.
Yeah, like there's a lot of like drug trip theories about that shit, and like
no, like that, like some were fucking dead, and like it's just Angelica imagining all of them.
Yeah, like she's a schizophrenic or some shit, and there's a lot. But I don't know. I don't know. I just always go back to Rocco as my favorite, like, because it's kind of like I'm gonna compare it to like Shrek, where it was a show for kids, but there were still jokes for adults.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's Rocco. There's a lot of adult jokes.
Like when Rocco was a phone sex operator.
Yeah.
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh Rocco. Fucking Mrs. Big Head calling into the sex line. Oh, it was crazy.
So good. So good.
Yeah.
Well, I have if you guys want to keep talking about Nicktoons, I have one other show I wanted to discuss.
Yeah, go for it, bud.
And also not a Saturday morning cartoon, but very important for the 90s for our culture, and that was Beavis and Butthead.
Oh hell yeah, bro. I mean,
also a little side note to that, Daria as well.
Oh, I fucking love Daria.
Yeah.
I am Cornholio.
The movie still makes me laugh. Okay, let's just go all MTV, because they also had Liquid Television with Eon Flux. Eon Flux and all those. Was really good.
And Aeon Flux was so weird, man. Like, I enjoyed watching it because it's like good action and stuff, but it's like they did weird shit. Like, stuff just made you feel uncomfortable. Like when you think about, like, they go to commercial and there was like a fly in the eyelashes.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, that's like so weird to me. Like, it was an interesting show though.
Yeah, that was visually stunning.
Oh yeah, the animation was great in that.
Oh yeah, super.
Yeah,
and then also ended up spawning its own movie also with Charlize Theron.
Yeah, I didn't ever catch that.
I saw some of it.
I might have watched it with the wife, but I can't remember.
I think I might have saw it once, but I don't remember much of it.
Oh, well,
she's hot.
Yeah, we all caught that. That's pretty much more or less. You know, I had a couple here or there, but that's pretty much the gist of them.
Yeah, man.
Right on, man.
I mean, and we, you know, like I said, we go over all those little blocks. You know, and we got like, hey, me and Adam will always talk about them. Moo Mesa.
Oh yeah, for some reason, Josh is starting to static out. So I know two for sure that I'll talk about. Cowboys of Moo Mesa. Feeler, did you ever watch that? Nope. Boz, you guys ever see that show?
No.
It's great. It was definitely at that age where we're getting a little older, but it was still
it was these like three anthropomorphic cows, and they were like sheriffs in a western town. No, it sounds bad, but it was actually kind of entertaining, and like their pistols would shoot like sheriff stars and stuff.
It was.
You know what? Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah, I like that show.
And I know the other one Josh wants to talk about for sure is
Sharks.
No, well, Street Sharks was also awesome, but no, Pro Stars. Did you guys ever see Pro Stars?
Pro Stars, man.
Pro Stars was Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, and
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, yeah. And they fought crime using the instruments of their respective sports. Like Wayne Gretzky had a pistol that shot hockey pucks, and like I don't fucking remember what the fuck the other two did, but like,
Bo Jackson probably just fucking ran people over. If it's anything like
Yeah,
fucking
Michael
video
Jordan
game.
shot sad Jordan face memes.
Feeler, for my money,
Topical.
if we're talking Bo Jackson, he probably distracted the enemy and then ran in a zigzag pattern until he got to the end zone,
Right?
a la Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
Yes, Tickle.
but-
That's awesome.
Yeah, but Pro Stars was weird, but I definitely vibed with it. I was like, yes,
Yeah,
I will definitely watch this. Thank you.
That reminds me of the what was it, the Mighty Ducks cartoon show?
Yeah. That was
solid.
that was dope as shit. Yeah,
man.
definitely
Oh,
on
hey,
the same vibe.
Getting back to 80s Feeler, I told you I'd get pissed if you didn't mention David the Gnome.
Oh
Oh,
my fucking Christ! How did I forget that?
because
Oh
it's
my
depressing
God.
as fuck at the end. That's how.
But still, like that was such a good cartoon. I want to take myself all back and shoot myself right now.
Gnomes and wizards and fairies.
Oh my
Sorry.
God, I watched it so much.
Oh god.
That
his
and then
fuck Swift.
Swift was
I
my
love
We
homie.
all have to go to
Swift was
sleep
great.
and die now.
Oh god.
but another great one was the Adventures of Gummy Bears.
Oh, Gummy Bears. Gummy Bears had a great theme song too.
Yeah. What was it?
Gummy Bears.
Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Yep.
Like Fraggle
Flying
Rock.
adventure
also.
that's beyond compare.
Fraggle Rock was puppets.
Yeah,
Come on.
sure.
I mean, we're
Okay,
talking.
So did you guys
Gumby?
ever? God, I'm trying to find. It was like Mad Max or something like that. Something
Why
not
are
Mad
you
Max,
so
but
sketchy?
Yeah. Sorry, folks. We don't know why Josh sounds so staticky, but
Yeah.
fuck it.
yeah.
It's fine. No, I don't remember a Mad
He's a
Max.
robot.
He must be
Yeah,
a
I don't
robot.
know.
He has to be a robot. He's a Cylon. I've been watching too much Battlestar Galactica.
Probably. Chill out, Dwight
Fucking
Schrute.
nerd.
Yeah. Beats
Clear
Bear
enough,
Battlestar
bitch.
Uh, Anybody got any other 90s stuff? You guys want to put a bow on this shit?
What about some of the Cartoon Network stuff, like Ed, and Eddie, and all that? Did you guys watch any of that?
I did.
Yeah,
I
we watched
did,
some Ed, Ed and Eddie,
Of
but
course, like a little bit here or there.
Did you smell buttered toast?
Yeah.
1 + 1 = fun on a bun.
yeah, Ed, and Eddie was good. I watched it. I think the first time I watched that show, I was super hungover at Feeler's house.
Yeah, we all were. And you're sitting your fucking bare ass on a fucking air conditioning vent because you're too hot.
No, that was definitely a different day, I think. But maybe not. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, I got nothing else, man.
Oh, dude. I mean, we honestly, if we dug, we can keep talking and talking. But
Oh,
we went
Doug.
over a lot of the shut your mouth. Went over a lot of the
Yeah,
really basic ones.
Doug's the one I had written down. I forgot to mention.
I love Doug.
The
Doug
Patty
was
Oh,
great.
hey.
Mayonnaise and Skeeter.
I got one. I got one that always makes me laugh. Captain Planet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just me or did that kid get robbed with the shittiest power ever?
Yeah, hard.
Oh,
Heart.
Right?
Hey, but
Sorry,
it came with a free monkey, so you take
yeah,
some,
I
you
mean
win some, you lose
that's how that right there. That's how you make up for it. He had a pet
Yep.
monkey, so
Yep.
Sorry, kid from
But what if like if there was they do another version, it's like all R-rated, and the heart was actually controlling the hearts of people. You know, you can actually the monkey would go rip the heart out of the chest. What if it was like the most baller character ever? You know, we just didn't know because it was a cartoon.
I mean that could work.
Yeah, I
Or
like
he
that.
control the hearts of girls and turn them all into prostitutes?
Wow, sir.
Wow.
You guys. That.
Wow.
Sorry, I've been drinking. It happens.
Captain prostitute. Nah, it doesn't work.
All right.
No. Oh, I forgot. Gargoyles, man.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna mention it, but I forgot to.
I don't know if they were Saturday morning. I watched them mostly on the weekdays, but Gargoyles was definitely my shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
I thought it was
I
Saturday
love-
morning. I thought it was a part of the Fox
I think it
lineup.
went back and forth, kind of like how Batman did and all that. You know.
Yeah, it jumped
Yeah.
around all over the place.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
All right, boys. Well, you guys
Bobby's
ready?
World. Sorry.
Oh, shit, Bobby's World, so good.
Bobby's World.
Don't you know,
Don't you know, Bobby?
boys?
Yeah,
You guys ready to put a bow on this thing?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm not.
You're not. You got something else?
Yeah, I got something a little something here.
What else you got?
Oh,
Fuck yeah, we got something else. You guys don't know.
Crap for us.
Yes.
Hit us, Boz.
Well, before I get to the big news, let me just get a little plug in, a little shameless plug.
Have at it, bro.
Okay. Well, if you loved what you listened to and you love the Speakeasy Podcast Network, make sure to join the Facebook group. And it's called the Speakeasy Podcast Network Movie and TV Group. You can get in touch with me, Adam, Tank, Feeler, and any other podcaster of the Speakeasy Podcast Network. So in the group, you can get up-to-date movie news and TV news, and also be a part of something called Cinematch. Now, I explained this last time. Cinematch is a weekly poll that I'll put up between 2 or 3 movies sharing something in common. Like, for instance, the first one we did was Goonies versus Sandlot. And I think that one, guys, almost, burned the group down?
Yeah.
That was a barn burner, bro.
That was heated.
Yeah, well,
that was Thunderdome.
yeah, and so I took Cinematch and I also branched it off a little bit, and I started a month-long bracket-style elimination tournament facing 16 movies or movie franchises against each other. In December, we did Christmas movies where Christmas Vacation beat Home Alone, right? So that was a fun one too.
Yeah.
Now
For
in the
sure.
group, now here comes the big news. So in the group, I recently teased that I had a new tournament coming up in March. So, and there's a reason why I asked Adam to be a part of this episode.
Yes, sir.
So the next tournament, starting February 26th, is going to be a Saturday morning cartoon tournament.
Oh,
snap.
wow. Good call.
Facing 19 instead of 16 shows. Why 19? Because there's too many. Look, we had 2 shows just to try to cover as much as we could.
Amen,
So,
dude. Yeah, you gotta branch it out.
Yeah, I wanted to let you guys do my job. Like, oh fuck that. No, you are in charge a little bit.
War, bro.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna be the guy posting the matchups, but hopefully we helped get you some material.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's one thing I was gonna surprise you with, Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get a surprise too. I just gave you a little nugget.
Yay!
First of all, 19
Owen Hart.
shows.
Sorry.
Oh shit!
Oh boy,
Rest in peace.
dude, you are such a blue meanie.
no, he didn't.
Oh.
Better than
Yeah.
Brett.
Better than being a
Sorry.
blue blazer. Ayo.
Oh.
Oh.
Anywho, okay. So, if anybody's unfamiliar with the NCAA tournament, they'll have what's called a play-in match. So that takes the 2 bottom-tier teams, and they face off, and the winner gets into the tournament. It doesn't really matter because they face the number 1 seed and get their ass kicked anyway. So, that's what we're going to do here. That's how we're going to narrow down from 19 to 16. So we're going to have 3 play-in matches.
Okay.
Each play-in match is going to take. Okay, well, let me get to the rules of the tournament. Each matchup, excluding the play-in matches, are 2 days to vote. That's the same.
Okay.
Also, in the event of a tiebreaker, I am the tie-breaking vote, so I won't be voting at all.
I really love that rule, though. By the way, because I know you never vote, so I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to, but if somebody can come up with a different way, please, I'm all by.
Well, no,
If not-
because you would vote normally anyway. So
Yeah.
if you just stay out of it and then it's a tie, it would have been
Throw
your
down the
vote.
phone.
So fuck
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we did have one
Good
tie in the
judge.
group for Cinematch. So okay, getting back to the play-in matches, you're only gonna have 1 day to vote for each of the 3 matches.
Hell yeah.
So you better vote or your show is out.
Most
So-
of us are pretty good about checking daily in the groups,
Yeah, exactly.
You get the
So,
true fans.
Yeah, the tournament officially starts for the 16 teams March 1st. But
Damn.
so we got 26th, 27th, 28th February. Those are the 3 days for the tournament, for the play-in matches.
Cool.
And okay, so before I would drop all 16 names in a hat, and all the matches were at random. So I tried something a little different. I created 4 divisions.
Oh shit.
So each of the 3 of the divisions are going to have 5 shows. Those are where the play-in matches are going to come from. And then one of the divisions only has 4. So that's 19, right? Yay, math. So so what I was going to do, Adam, is drop the divisions, and all 19 shows.
Oh yeah.
So I'll go through them real quick. I'm pretty sure we've talked about all of them already. So there's not a lot of detail. I just want to get your guys' thoughts of what each bracket's gonna look like. So the first division is gonna be classics. That's
Cool.
anything from 1970 and before.
Sure.
And so the 5 shows coming out of that division are Flintstones,
Yes.
Scooby-Doo,
Yes.
Looney Tunes,
Yes.
Yep.
and the first play-in match is going to be between Tom and Jerry and the Jetsons.
Okay.
Okay.
Solid.
Fair.
Very solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think I have an idea who's gonna win that one, but I like it.
Yeah.
I left Fat Albert out. I hope you guys know why.
No, that's understandable. That. You know what? With all the shit that's been going down, I think that one wouldn't get a fair shake anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
So
Personal.
the next division is going to be 80s.
Okay.
So
Hell yeah.
self-explanatory. The first one, and this one is going to be 5 also. So for the 5 shows are He-Man,
Yes.
Transformers,
Yes.
Yep.
the Thundercats,
Yes.
and the next play-in match is going to be between G.I. Joe and the real Ghostbusters.
Ooh.
No
Wow.
turtles. Oh man.
Oh
Controversy.
yeah.
My most Transformers taking that whole division.
Well,
Oh,
Turtles rolled into the 90s though.
Yeah. True. They're very 89, 90.
Sorry,
Not
man.
to- not to-
I don't have the turtles on there.
Oh
It's all
wow.
Yeah.
Can't-
So
Son of a
Is there a way to make a second play-in match for the 80s?
Holy
Because leaving the Ninja
Well-
Turtles out is rough.
I know it's rough, but
Hey,
you got to deal with it.
It's your game.
It's your show. I'm just buying a ticket, man.
Well, okay. Well, let's move on to the next one, the 90s, and that's also going to be 5 shows.
Fucking
So
Batman's
the
game.
first one would be Rugrats,
Yes.
Okay.
DuckTales.
Okay.
I snuck that one in there, so because the 80s was loaded.
Yeah.
Darkwing Duck,
Okay.
Okay.
and the next play-in match is going to be Animaniacs versus Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Man, like no, I'm not. I absolutely am not judging your choices, but there is some shit that got left out, and that's
Oh.
not your fault.
No, I know,
It's
but
so
I was
No, no,
trying.
no, He's got one more category left. Let's see what this one
Well,
is.
it's like
Well-
the '90s might be like the death group in the World Cup. You know.
Well,
what I'm
the reason was I wanted to try to have something from each of the channels because you got Rugrats,
Okay.
Nickelodeon,
I can give you
DuckTales,
that.
Disney, Animaniacs was I forgot WB. You know,
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
So-
understand. That's cool. That's
makes
good.
so okay.
You've
If-
put more thought into this than I have. So
Yeah, I've been thinking about this since November.
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So, okay, my fourth and final. Okay, well let me see if you guys can guess. The first one was classics, second one 80s, next one 90s. Can you guys guess what the fourth division will be?
Superheroes.
Yeah, either superheroes or like movies, maybe. I don't know.
Adam,
the
you are
best.
exactly correct.
Yeah.
Heroes.
Okay.
I win the
That
is-
podcast.
where's
Fuck you.
Let's see. Where's Batman at?
Well, in this division, it's going to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
smart
Thank
man.
Boz,
Smart
you
man.
have redeemed yourself. I appreciate
Yeah.
you.
I was trying. I was trying to crush your
You had
dreams
me-
and lift you
you-
up at the same time.
God, you had me sweating, bro.
I know.
Next would be Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That was probably I
Early
understand.
90s, right? Early 90s.
Yeah,
Spider-Man?
early '90s Spider-Man. Yeah. Next would be X-Men,
Okay.
Yeah.
and finally, he is vengeance. He is the Knight.
Yes.
He is Batman. Is
Batman.
going to be the fourth and final entry of the tournament.
Man, that you want to talk about another death group too?
That's
Like,
slobber knocker, dude.
I mean, oh God,
God, he's dead.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude, I'm ready
but-
to fucking do that shit.
Here's something I'm gonna include you guys on. I need your input. Since there's
Okay.
3 of you, majority rules. You get to vote on the name of the tournament.
Okay.
Now I have 2 names that are almost identical, so it's just a small little twist. And I included a pun based on cereals.
Not you. No.
I mean,
Yes.
If you didn't include a pun, I would have been disappointed.
Yeah.
I know. Like,
Let's be fair.
You failed.
So the first one is Cinematch Toast Crunch.
Okay, I like it. What's another one?
The other one, I said it's just one word difference, so it's not a big difference. It's just Cinematch Tournament Crunch. Couldn't tell which one sounded better.
I like the first one better.
Yeah. That's so. Okay. I needed extra input.
Most of the people in the group get what Cinematch is, you know?
Yeah.
Cinematch Saturday Slobberknocker.
Cinematch Toast Crunch.
What?
Cinematch Toast Crunch is my
How about Cinematch Saturday Main Event?
Oh, I like Cinematch Toast Crunch better just because of the cereal connection.
Yeah, the cereal
that's why I had to go with Cinnamon Toast Crunch this morning earlier.
Yeah. No, I like it. I'm super excited, dude. I can't wait to see who fucking comes out on top of that one because holy.
I'm actually gonna vote on all these.
Oh, thanks, Felix.
Right? Well, why have you not been voting on all of them, motherfucker?
Because some of the other ones, like either it's a hard choice. Like this one's, I could probably actually make.
Grab your little pussy balls and fucking.
It's supposed to be hard. That's the
hard and make it hard.
Or maybe it may be in franchises I really may not care 100% about.
Sure.
Like here's cartoons. We just spent fucking over 4 hours talking about them. So yeah, I think I care enough.
Fine. The only time I don't vote is when I haven't seen either of the things.
Yeah, fair enough.
But like, and sometimes like if I know like two things are well renowned and I've only seen one of them, I feel bad voting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I think I did that once.
I can't even think of something off the top of my head, but like if I know something has a very high there's a very high opinion of it and I've seen one of them and not the other one, and it's like I don't feel right voting. But you know, if something's like fucking great for me, I'm voting. But yeah, I can't wait for this, Boz. I'm so hyped.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
yeah, me too. I don't know. That's why I know I came up with a little spin-off was the TV show off. You know, I had Friends versus How I Met Your Mother, and I'm like, that's why I haven't come up with another one, because I'm like, this is gonna be encompass the whole month of TV shows. I'm like, you know, that'll suffice.
You know what you've done here, Boz, is you've set the bar very high for whatever fucking follows this. So good luck, brother.
Hey, well, here's another little tidbit. I still have 2 more tournaments besides this one planned up until July.
Wow.
So
you're fucking good. I mean, hey, that'll give you plenty of time to think about the next few after that. Then
I already have some ideas.
Hey, you're more creative than I am, sir.
Well, if it's one in the summer, make action movies.
Oh, fuck. We'll figure it out. Or he'll figure it out. I don't have to figure this shit out.
Oh, don't worry. Once the well starts running dry, you know, I'll make sure to include I still include you guys as much as possible, but
hey, man, there's always that poll option in the fucking, you know, if you have like an idea, fucking, there's always the poll option.
Yeah. Yep. The make sure somebody screams at me for not including Die Hard in the Christmas movie poll now.
Right.
You know, I was with you. I have a feeling all 3 of us were with you on that.
Yes. And the thing was, is like they kept every day or so someone else said something. I was like, dude,
Die Hard.
Like, yeah, like dude, you fucking explained it like so many times.
Like the reason you're saying it is the reason why I didn't include it, because I don't want to have because there would have been somebody else on the other spectrum saying the same bullshit about why is it in there.
And then you hate to be kind of like real direct with it, but you're like, at the end of the day, it's your thing. So it's like, whatever the fuck Baz wants to do with it, it's fine, you know? So.
Yeah, man. I can't fucking wait. I was super excited when you told me why you wanted to do this shit, and I'm glad it's at least these 2 know. So fucking, I can't wait, man. And I know people are going to be excited for this tournament. So, yeah, you boys ready to put a bow on this?
Yep.
Josh is getting kind of staticky, so I'm going to run all the fucking. Yeah, he's getting kind of staticky. Yeah, you're in a tunnel, I think, bro. So Oh
my
God,
God,
that is
no.
audio.
Damn.
Fucking, that was an abortion there.
That was a slobber cocker.
Yeah,
By
it's not even
God.
slobber knocker.
My God, he's dead.
Okay, so all the ways
have a
you
fucking heart attack.
all the ways you can get at our happy asses. We have an email, thejunkdrawerpod@gmail.com, Twitter @drawerofjunk, Facebook. There is bit.ly/junkdrawer, all one word, capital J. We are a part of the Speakeasy Podcast Network, and you can find all of our shows at the Speakeasy Podcast Network.tumblr.com, where talk is cheap, and so are we. There are a few shows you can find there. A couple you will either have heard the ads for or hear them at the end of the show. Please stick around for those. You can find Throwing the Controller, where Chris, Kevin, and Eric talk about all things video games. These guys know their shit. They do their research. They do way more research than I usually do. So check them out. We have Fighting Words.
Fighting Words.
Yeah, Fighting Words with Kevin and Dave. They talk all things fighting games, guys. If you're into fighting games, if you want to be into fighting games, check those boys out. We have Sequel This. Thank you, Tanky. Where Mark and Dave talk all things sequels. They pitch sequels. They discuss franchises, which are sequel related, because obviously if you have a franchise, you have a sequel. They take listener requests for sequel pitches. And what else we got? Did I leave anything out?
Nope. You got those, because the others will be in our lovely, amazing ads.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. And then Fiedler, you got you a side project, don't you, buddy?
Yes, why? Yes, I do. I am part of the Lousy Bums, where it's me, Austin Madison, and Stephen Nelson attempt to play through the adventure and campaign that's planned out by our dungeon master, James Mullins, and in 4th Dungeons and Dragons, where we fumble fuck our way through it, occasionally do something intelligent or clever. We provide you with laughs, and then the story is actually really fucking good. James is a master storysmith. So if you want to hear a good story, get a couple laughs, and maybe learn a little bit about Dungeons and Dragons, feel free to listen in and watch us lousy bums fumble fuck our way through.
Don't watch, listen, because
listen.
it's not a visual
thing. Listen.
Watch with your ears.
Bums.
Yeah, exactly.
Fumble fuck our way through our latest adventure.
Yep. All right, boys. Well, this has been the Junk Drawer. Yeah, this has been the Junk Drawer podcast.
Thanks, Boz, for being an amazing guest.
I appreciate it, Boz. You fucking knocked it out.
Again, brother.
I'm excited
Anytime.
excited for the tournament. We're gonna have you back for something. We'll figure it out. Fucking like after I finish Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, we can do some talking about that, dude.
Yeah. So, all right. Well,
if I can give you a suggestion, watch Mad Love. That's a good one too.
Yes, that's a good one too. Yeah,
I'm just gonna watch it all. How about that?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you do you. Also. You do you. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Well, let's get out of here, boys. I'm Tech.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And I'm Buzz.
And we'll see you in 336 hours.